Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to count us down, Khaegar?
Okay. I'll start the game. So to get through to the game, we have to get through the CSR first. So we're going to use standard sphere grid, because that's the one I know. We're going to use original music, because of course. We're going to enable our RNG cutscene remover with RNG fix. That is the mod that is enabled by 1.4.2. And actually, this is the bit where I count down, I believe. So, oh my god, okay. I'm going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
You got this, let's go!
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't get to name Tidus because I knew off the top of my head that I would not remember to change the name.
I was wondering if you made an incentive for Tidus' name.
I was aware of the fact that it would happen seconds into the game, and I did not want to ruin it so quickly.
That's the thing, though. That's a genius move.
So we're naming Valifor, Ifrit, Ixion, Shiva, and Bahamut our pets, who we will collect through the game. Not that you will know any context as to why we are collecting them, if you've never played this game.
It's like Pokemon. You gotta catch all of them.
Yes, you have to train your summoner in order to beat Sin. Again, not that you would know this if you're playing this version of the game. So, yeah, I'm really excited about what you guys are going to call anyone. So, people are obsessed with Orb.
Yeah, get the donations in and get your favorite pets' names memorized in this run. I think that's what we all did as kids, was name the summons after our pets. I know I did.
So, for this bit, you have to guard with Tidus for the first turn, and then you can attack. That skips a couple scenes. In CSR, if you don't do it as well, those scenes might play out a bit differently. So, even in the first fight, we're doing a little bit of nipping here within the structure of the game. Who needs a CSR, really?
I guess it can be noted that the CSR only removes the cutscenes that are speedrun relevant.
Yes.
The cutscenes that we would usually not trigger, or any additional cutscenes, if we accidentally run into them, then they will still play absolutely normal.
Such as this.
Get up!
Alright, and it's time for the first boss already.
I know.
Let's see Khaegar do that overdrive perfectly.
So, since this is on PC, which is why it's cutscene remover, a neat trick that they use is the keyboard for that.
Yeah.
Because I only run PlayStation 2 version, and it's a lot harder with control pad. But
Oh no. That's something.
very fast though.
Oh, great. Anyway.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is a very good little trick. It's Sophie's right. On PS2, you have to actually put the code in. Soph's got it so hard.
I have also always done it on controller, actually.
Have you?
I have never bothered trying to identify which buttons on my keyboard it would be.
It's gotta be. It looks way easier though if you like.
Oh, it looks
typing.
smooth. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish you could do it on PS2.
Yeah, it's so much easier, and it was really funny because they did it on stream. I actually arranged my keyboard on stream, and I had Elliot and CC helping me out, going, "Okay, so you want to put A, S, D," and I'm like, "Okay, but which buttons?" Oh, okay. So it was very adorable, and I don't know if there's footage of that still, which is very sad. So.
First boss down. Fortunately, a very friendly boss who only casts Demi, which, as in almost every Final Fantasy, cannot kill you.
Almost. I think Final Fantasy 9 it can.
Yep.
If it hits. Miss. So we are manipulating the game a little bit more to avoid Oren coming up with his bright idea about hitting the explosion, the tanker. So the reason why we do that is because Tidus has to come to this realization himself by not changing his weapon 3 times. And Oren has to hit himself in the face. And it just works. It makes this little bit a lot quicker.
It's basically like every move has like a 1.5 or 1.7 or whatever, and it adds up to a certain amount to it skipping that little cutscene.
Yeah.
So you're taking like 5 steps to equal 10, let's say. I have no idea what it actually is, but
That's
yeah,
a really
it
good
just
way to
skips.
explain it.
If you land on that, it skips quite a lengthy cutscene. And since that's like a speed tech related thing that you can skip a cutscene with, it's preserved in the cutscene remover. So like that's another thing that's really nice about cutscene remover as a route, is it still incentivizes you to learn like the cool speed tech that is in FF10 on other versions, but you don't have to sit through the cutscenes. So you don't lose out on that fun. But yeah, excellently done, Khaegar.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you want to explain how tracking would work if we were able to do it? Because
Yes,
you're
do
definitely more of an expert of it than me.
it. I'm not.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember how it all works, and I can't remember. I mean,
I'm well
I
versed.
don't know how it's very complicated to track the RNG, but I think some people take to it better than others with the sheer amount of information. But essentially, you literally need to track everything that's happening in the game, and you do that by using some awesome tools that the community have created to make it possible. But yeah, you're basically like coding. You're saying like, okay, so that damage was 207. You're coding, you're basically filling in the gaps of what the code would be, and then it'll tell you what, which is something that's,
Amazing.
yeah, basically we get no encounter armor out of all that work.
Yes.
So that's pretty nice.
Hopefully.
Oh, we got 2 ambushes.
Nice. So the ambush that mattered.
The ambush that matters. So for this bit, getting a preemptive on the Sahagans is quicker, and getting an ambush on Geo Saganeo is also quicker. We're going to do our first menu. So the reason why RNG fix is so hilarious is because in tracked run, you know what every fight is going to be, and you know whether or not it's going to be an ambush or a preemptive, and you know how fast that can be down the line. Ambushes in particular are going to be a problem later on. You'll see.
Yeah, that's...
So basically, okay, good.
You go for it, Nikki.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, so basically what tracking does is, you remember at the beginning we had like these 6 bugs that we fought, and taking these 6 damage rolls you get, you can, the program we have identifies like the starting RNG. On consoles there are like millions of starting seeds
4.3
for RNG. On PC there are only 256. So actually not that many.
Yeah, and we can manip 64. Ooh, crit. But we can track all 256, and we can manip 64 of them. Why?
Yeah. Like, some are just worse than others, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, RNG fix makes it that basically the starting seed, I believe, gets re-rolled every time RNG gets rolled, so
Yeah.
we are unable to track it.
Yeah, that is correct. And basically, if you want to if you want to track RNG in order to get no encounter armor, the way to do that is to track every steal, failure or not, and every death. That includes enemies, that includes you. Another crit, that's delightful.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I want 6 grenades for the next boss fight, and Riku's giving me nothing.
That's the thing. Without knowing what your RNG is, which is what you're used to on other categories, you honestly, you just have to
deal with it.
You know, yeah, you have to play the game fast. As you know, simple as that sounds, that's what this brings it down to, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of not fun when it's.
Let's
being
make sure
harsh.
you are trying for the second steal all the time, which is still a 50%, right?
Yeah, 50%
And
every
feel
time.
like
And that was
5 times in a row.
4 times. Unbelievable. So, right. For this bit, we're gonna get potentially an encounter with a piranha. I'll let you guys explain why the piranha are really important to me. They're not that important,
Why,
guys.
why are they important? I'm trying to.
They're not. I'm being sarcastic. I just want goodies.
Okay.
Oh! I nearly didn't get them.
Also, the piranha encounter really often likes to pretend to not appear, and then it still appears. Sometimes you
does.
can skip it, but often you get it like in this case where you're like, I don't know, it feels like really close to the end of the screen.
I was
But-
practicing last night and I didn't get it at all. I was like, what? That's like a 1 in
I
50
skipped
chance.
it once in my runs.
It's so nice when you don't get it though, but then I feel like it's indicated to a really hard run. On PlayStation 2, when you get a seed with that, you're like, oh no, here we go.
Out of the 4.3 million seeds, this one's the worst. This one's the one.
It's
gonna mess me
It's
up.
like you save time,
Yeah.
but also you have like a grenade, 1 or 2 grenade steals less, which
Yeah.
means depending on
Yeah.
how you like had grenade luck. So we need 6 grenades for this next boss, which is why we are stealing right now all the time.
Yes. Ambushed! Wow! So good. Good game. So good. Also, Go for it.
This is gonna be one of those seeds where it's early, it's rough, but it's a late shower. You know, don't worry about it.
That's sweet. I'm gonna have to heal them both, but yeah. Okay.
Don't forget, we just blame Great Foxes if anything happens. I believe he is
Yeah.
responsible for that.
He's in the chat.
I know.
Telling
Doesn't stop
everyone.
anything.
That doesn't stop any. You can't control it from there.
You know what we can control, though?
Yes.
The name of Valfor, which is still open as an incentive right now. We have 5 options for that, including Phoenix, Burb, Chef, Bahamut, and currently leading is Chicken.
Chicken. You guys are weird. I love that.
And if you have one moment, I'd love to read a quick donation.
Yeah, go for it. I've got a few seconds.
We have a $5 donation from Wind Bliss, who says, "It's the last 2 days. The entertainment is amazing. I couldn't provide much, but I understand that even a little bit matters. This is secretly a donation to have a Valk's friend take the name of the one and only Bahamut. Good luck and make sure you ha, 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 ha at the awful luck for best times."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that donation, and remember, everyone, you can be putting all of your donations towards the bids for the names of the summons we are collecting for this run.
Awesome.
I didn't heal. Oh no. I'm gonna have to give Riku a potion because if I don't, she'll die.
That's the thing with this speedrun. I think just there's a lot of room for things to go not quite so to plan, but as long as there's plenty of potions and things to run. If you're scared about HP, it's always good.
Just heal.
Yeah, just
Always
heal.
heal. Yeah.
One experience you definitely make running this game nice is...
That never happens.
Oh yeah,
That's
also do we
another
do
great
Khaegar
thing.
skip?
Yeah, I missed it. So I got a skip. I have made a skip. It is known now. I did it 3 times, and we can skip this little bit here. But it is not valid. Don't do it because it's not. You can't do it in the normal game. You can only do it in CSR. So all the skips that we do in this game are
Oh.
completely valid. apart
Yeah,
from mine.
Oh.
I know, right? I was talking to Chris about it, and he was just like, ha ha ha, no.
It's complicated to decide
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, also it makes sense.
It
Yeah,
does.
it does. It's better to stick to the rule than to start like changing
Oh,
it.
Hey, it's this way.
yeah. My skip not being valid is completely in my purview, like, as a runner.
It's nice to learn. What I love about speedrunning for such a long time is like learning lots of weird little things that the games do, even though they're completely useless.
Yes.
They just do them to you, and that's kind of one of those things that this game does.
It has a lot of useless stuff. Yeah. No, that's not true. It's
I'm
very,
sure-
actually.
I'm
very
sure
good.
you have many like stories about that with FF10. Weird things.
Yeah. Ambushes. So many ambushes. More piranha, by the way, which are so important. I'm so sorry. This bit is a bit where many runners will reset because of the amount of encounters they get here, and there is a dependency on what these encounters are. This one isn't bad. This one's not too bad, so we'll take it.
Usually get 2 or 3 encounters, very rarely 1.
I've never had one.
It is really, really rare. But yeah, also one of these examples, even though just on small scale, you would believe like this is turn-based and everything is scripted and everything is easy and nothing can go wrong.
You're a liar.
The game teaches you that even though things should be consistent, they often are just not.
No, they're not. Especially encounters. And especially with RNG fix. Okay. That's not late, so that's okay. Oh, okay, do this. So RNG fix means that I can't track RNG. And as we explained, RNG tracking is very hard and never ever do it. I'm kidding.
Basi-
It's-
Basically, this is a mod for PC, like, because it's the only one where it's gonna work. But anyway, it's essentially the base game is seeded. So when you press new game, it decides a seed, and I don't think anyone really has a good grasp on how to control that on PlayStation 2. But
No.
on PC, there was less seeds, so it's a lot easier to control. And so RNG Fix is just a way of allowing PC runners with cutscene remover mod to do a category that is closer to what the PlayStation 2 is like, since PC it is quite a bit more optimized.
Yeah.
So it's just essentially another category that turns PC into a bit more of a closer style to what
Comparative, yeah.
PlayStation 2 feels like to run, but without the cutscenes, which is a huge plus for many people, as you can understand.
It's also very popular within the community because tracking is hard. And in this
It is,
scenario, it's really hard, especially with CSR. Tracking with CSR is horrible. I learned how to do this run doing that. Do not do that. This is a public service announcement. Do not learn this run and learn to track at the same time. Learn the run, then learn to track.
That's the thing. It's a really hard task to track RNG, and it means everything, while also running a game that's non-stop, because without the cutscenes, it is quite non-stop. It's like 4 hours. As you can
Yeah.
see, Khaegar's just been non-stop running through like the various areas, and so it's hard to track RNG. And I think this category in particular is more enjoyable in general for people like me who do enjoy a bit of RNG in their run for some bizarre reason. And also, like, it's great to separate those two tasks. You know, you can really concentrate on one side of it instead of trying to do two impossible things, right? So
Yeah,
it's really fun.
it is.
Highly recommend it for anybody interested in FF10 speedrunning.
Everyone should run Final Fantasy X, especially with the CSR. You'll all be better than me and you'll fall in love with the game again. I'm serious. Like, I've played this game since I was 11 years old. God, for Christmas, 2001. And playing it this way changed the way I perceive the game and I look at it, because you're playing it, like when you play it casually, you are doing it in a completely different way. This is optimized. This is the most optimized version of this game you can ever play. And it has been brought together by an entire community of people who love this game too. And it's a wonderful community. So I really highly recommend it.
We should probably close donations for Valor's
Oh yeah,
name, right?
Valor's name is coming up in about a minute. Oh no, I have to name him. Aeon. Oh god. Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Hey, over here.
Okay, here it comes.
Alrighty, let me check and see what the leader on that is. Making sure to confirm it, but right now, it looks like it is chicken. Capital C. The rest spelled like the bird.
I actually love this.
Yeah, I'm glad Chicken won.
Yeah, me too.
And that is actually thanks to a $75 donation from Ian, who says, if Veil4 is named Chicken, I want to see some puka in chat. So actually, chat, what if we started a $5 puka chain? And make sure to mark those either for the extreme difficulty for the super hard difficulty for DDR, or towards your favorite name for Ifrit, who will be our next summon we collect.
Why don't you?
Okay.
Not too shabby. Might make a good. A fly.
Short tutorial time. Since it is in battle, it is not a cutscene we'll skip.
So sad. Oh my god, I got the level already because of that grenade. We'll sort that out in a sec.
You also crit like a piranha and fought more piranhas than usual, I feel like.
Yeah, I did. I got it before this fight. Although you only get 2 AP for this fight. So.
That. Told you.
Oh,
If
dude.
you can't beat them down, man, let's have our
Magic? So we don't use magic in this fight.
Magic? Wait, wrong game.
I get fire and ice. Lightning and water.
We use magic very rarely. Lulu gets a little bit of time to shine in Kilika Woods, and then after that, she is a level sponge. You'll see. She's very important to us.
There were former routes that used black magic a bit more, but
NSG still uses Lulu, I believe.
NSG uses Lulu's Overdrive.
Yeah.
Older routes used Sandagger, Wendigo, for example, or Waterka towards the end.
It's quite cute. So, the good news about this fight is I can't lose. But we're gonna count, so if I didn't get that level there, we would have to count hits and misses. So every time Kamari hits me is not good. We would have to get 2 misses for this to basically mean I don't have to use a potion at the end of this fight, saving me a bit of time. We also count crits, because if I get a crit, then I don't have to use a potion either. The good news is, I'm gonna kill him now. Oh, the sword is out, guys! He's waving the sword everywhere! Disgusting boy! That's a CSR bug. Sorry.
It's one of my favorite bugs.
I love that
Glad
bug!
that one at least hasn't disappeared after we can't run in or over water anymore.
Yeah.
A flyer. That's
True. Why don't we let our summon? Your first real.
Show us what you're. Oh,
But yeah, time for
Chicken!
For me, casually, it was definitely the most broken mechanics that I always used.
Oh, yeah.
Summons are just fairly powerful. Even though we
Plus, they're
skipped
really
the dog.
cool.
You skipped the dog.
I did skip the dog. It's okay. It's part of the new route.
Oh, is it? I was
Yeah.
actually like, wow, so much has changed, and that's another thing with Final Fantasy X.
It's always changing. We've got a new
Yeah.
skip. So this skip that I'm going to do, and I should hope to get it first try, it's going to be a one that Nikki and Soph haven't done. But this also means that the first part of the game is going to be really different for them as well.
I mean, I've watched runs, but yeah. So if you go back to be said, you like talk to the shop, go to the shop, and she will tell you that the dog has found something, and then the dog gives you another overdrive for Valifor, which is Energy Blast, which is a lot stronger than Energy Ray.
Yes. And that
Which was kind of important for a later boss fight. And
Which we don't have
even
to
on
do.
the others before that was nice.
it was nice, to be fair. So Khaegar is a bit slower, but we do save time in a lot of other places as well because we don't need Energy Blast at this point. Oh, I made a mistake. This is what happens when I marathon.
Another one. No problem. Sig.
So I actually missed. Please, Final Fantasy X runners, do not get upset with me.
So
I
here-
expect every runner to have done that mistake before.
yeah, this happens to everybody. It like even when you've ran it for ages, it's basically a menu. You swap out Wacko, and it just prevents that little introductory mechanical explanation thing at the beginning, and you can run away super fast without having to do dark attack.
Right, so I can do it. Let's do it now. Best mistake, guys. Not bad one.
That's okay.
Don't
That's-
judge me.
There's a lot of things going on in these Final Fantasy speedruns, and it takes a long time.
So who else here has gotten the bonus
two
random
birds.
encounter on the screen before?
Which one?
On that screen, you can get another encounter.
Yes, I have. I've gotten 2 birds there before. That was actually very satisfying.
Yeah, do you know what I got there?
What did you get? 2
This is the
jingles.
same encounter, Flan, Wolf, Bird, Ambush, Wolf attacks Lulu and silences her.
That's hilarious. So we're going to pick up a little bit extra money from this guy. Because money is important. Also, I might be looking around because my cat has decided to join me. Oh no, she's gone. She's gone. Okay, fine. Oh, who's my favorite character in Final Fantasy X? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say
Shalinda.
Shalinda. There is a meme within Final Fantasy X that Shalinda is the best girl. But I'm gonna go completely left ball and just say Sid. I love Sid! He has all the best lines! He has all of my favorite lines of all time. Beans! There's nothing to do but destroy the ship and all go down together. That bit kills me every time. And I don't get to see it in this version of the game.
Sacrifices have to be made.
For the sake of the game.
And speed.
In the name of the RNG, and of the sun, and of the holy...
And you attacked the right target with the energy ray, which is good. People have definitely never hit the wrong targets.
I've never done that in my life. It's really not. Okay, so this is a little bit of a slower bit. So originally, you would cause enough damage with Lancet and Thunder and then use Energy Blast. But now we are going to build, we use Energy Ray and we build Valor Chickens Overdrive. So originally you would build the Overdrive in Khaegar Woods, but we don't have to do that anymore because we just do it here. The other night I watched Chris do this. So Chris is our current world record holder for CSR Tracked. And I saw him do this run the other night and he got Valor killed. And that can happen. That is an RNG fixed situation. Thankfully, that's not going to happen today.
Remember these really, really low chance things that can happen and happen what feels like way too often?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that'll never happen. It's going to happen. At some point in your life, you're going to get some weird stuff on here.
You can always talk to Chris about every under damage.
Oh god, yeah! Everett is absolutely one of my favorite fights. I love Everett. Not as like an enemy, but like just as a fight, it's awesome. And really interesting as well.
You know what else is interesting as well?
Yep.
Potentially, we could name Ifrit Cinderpup? But right now, if you want that to be the case, chat, you're going to have to break the tie between naming Ifrit Ixion or Orb. So if you want if you want Ifrit to be named Cinderpup instead, put in your donations and mark it towards the bid war for that name. Additionally, if you are on Twitter, check out Games Done Quick's Twitter because we currently have an active debate. Is the blonde-haired fellow that we begin this game as, is his name pronounced Titus or Titus? Please let us know. We'll be tracking as we go.
Till it's all its time. Hey, see, I can do that. Overkill. So that fight is very similar to how we would do it in the normal run. Essentially, we use Cheer twice, and we just whack it a few times, and then use Titus's Overdrive, which we get built up by Kimari. It's pretty quick. And we got Ice Brand. That's sexy. That scene there is the only FMV you have to skip. Oh wow, they're all going crazy. Titus, sorry. That's me. What about you guys?
Titus. So
Look what it's doing to us.
So the ice brand that Khaegar got earlier from that fight is actually random. It's one of those random things that we're going to get in this category. And we got a good outcome. So that means we'll do extra damage for all the encounters in Khaegar Woods, basically. So that's pretty nifty.
Another tutorial incoming. Oh no.
Titus in German and Japanese. They probably would. My intuition would say Titus in English.
Normally,
But,
it's a
you know.
but when Alonso uses it.
What's that?
Hey!
Hey, Lancet. Okay, so then we use fire. And then we swap you out for Waka. Block, and then do that. And now we have our team that we're going to use for the rest of this bit. And a variable Mog. Gross. Alright, another menu. So we're going to learn the most important ability in the entire game. Flee.
So, do you want to tell us about the spheres that we have to collect now?
So this is like an ongoing thing that you'll be doing as resource management as part of this run, no matter which category you run, really. I think with other categories, you can have more control over it because you know what's coming, but still you need those resources, and those will be random depending on the run. But basically you want, do you remember the numbers of it, Nikki? But it's a lot of power spheres, and I know that doesn't help.
Yeah, Khaegar gave me the notes in which it's written. So we need 37 power spheres, of which we most get after Blitzball against a lot of Sahagins.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
18 speed spheres, which...
Yeah.
I remember a time when it was 16, but apparently it's 18 nowadays. But yeah,
it's 18
I love
with the new
things there. And ever since the new skip, we even need 3 mana spheres. 3 additional.
Oh, cheeky.
Which is also... and yeah, the fact that we'll grind less later means also that we'll grind more here, which is why... If you saw earlier runs, you might not have seen Lulu being used. Or yellow elementals being killed. But we have less places to grind, but still need our spheres. Basically, more enemies here get killed. Also, yellow elements are good for mana spheres. You could see that just got us 1. We'll just believe you would have gotten that anyways. It's okay.
Yeah. Ah! Okay, so the good news is I don't really need much more. I think I'll run away from everything on the way out.
I mean, it's a marathon. You can kill everything. It's not a Ragora, I think.
Yeah, so like you just get like, is it 4 enemy types? 4 different monsters, I think.
Here, yeah.
But it's possible that you can get a single Ragora, which is the plant one, or 2 of them, and the 2 one is really bad.
Really grim.
But even 1 is bad, so ideally you want to run from those, but sometimes you have to do it. You just don't have, unless you want to spend like time running away from those and getting another one, you need to leave here with a set amount of AP and a set amount of resources realistically. So it's quite a tough section to get through, and it seems to be going pretty good, pretty tasty encounters.
Yeah,
You
especially
didn't get
with the
Ragora'd.
What we didn't discuss is, and why the Ice Brand is so good, is the Ice Brand deals extra damage, which means that we get more overkills. And overkills double the amount of AP and drops you get from an enemy. So every overkill means 2 spheres instead of 1. Especially, which is really nice.
Yes, especially for the speed spheres. So power spheres, I don't think I've had issues with collecting power spheres for a very long time. Speed spheres, however, not cool. So go for it.
So because power spheres, there's a lot of them, but they're not so bad to collect because a lot of them can be like overkilled. So I think most of the power spheres are gathered when we do Sahagins, which is there's tons of Sahagins that you have to kill, I think 21 or something. Yeah. And if you kill all those with overkill, then you've already got your power spheres sorted. But speed spheres are a lot trickier, and oftentimes it'll mean using grenades or something like that, like expanding some kind of resource to get them, because they're a lot rarer than power spheres. Yeah. So it can be real tricky getting your speed spheres correct by the end of the run. It's very likely that you'll be one short and have to hope it's enough.
I've never ever been in that situation in my life, so this entire run is optimized within an inch of its life. Not even an inch, a millimeter of its life. The community has done an incredible job. However, if you don't follow the instructions exactly, you will die in last boss. It's horrific.
And while we are in Kilika Temple, how is the situation for Ifrit's name going?
Cinder Pup, Cinder Pup.
Is chat gonna get us on the way?
I've got about 2 minutes.
Currently, Cinderpup has pulled into the lead, but Orb and Ixion are both very, very close. So chat, you have your last minute donations. Get them in as quick as you can because we will be closing it very shortly.
I will slow this train down for Cinderpup. No, I won't.
But Cinderpup is currently leading.
Yeah,
If you want Cinderpup, you would have to hurry.
Oh, I have to go faster. Okay. More for Cinderpup.
Go fast for Cinderpup.
Cinderpup deserves that. Okay. So, if anyone has ever played Final Fantasy X, they will know what this is. It is a Cloister of Trials. It's really fun, guys. It's not. It's boring and tedious. But we do them because we love the game.
The first one's at 9.
Is
The
it
best one's
pretty
tedious or is
short.
it tidious?
Hey. No, I don't mind Besaid or Kilika. These ones are okay. And I don't mind Macalania either. I will be complaining all the way through Jose. Because it's so long. And Bevel is horrific. Everyone hates Bevel.
It's funny though because I remember when I was young, I lent my copy of FF10 to my friend and she didn't have a memory card. And I remember her PS2 was left on for ages here at the trials. And I was like,
Just sitting in the trials. More realistic, really, story-wise.
yeah, it is actually.
Apparently,
It
this
seems
takes
like a
long time.
reoccurring
Here we
theme.
go.
Everyone knows someone who didn't have a memory card and kept their consoles on for ages.
There we
The
go.
electric bill.
We have time.
All right. I am refreshing.
I believe.
I believe. Are we? All right. I do not see anything on my board. It is closed, so it will be Cinderpup, without the E because there's too many characters otherwise.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go. Good shot. Good shot. Ah, so cute. I love that.
Awesome.
And chat, our next companion, our next summon we're looking for is Ixion, I believe. So put in your bids in there, and remember all of these bids, wars are going towards unlocking our bonus game for this evening.
So the good news is it won't be as quick a turnaround as those two. So we've got time. We've got a good amount of time at this point.
Yeah, got
'cause we
time
ha-
to contemplate your choices, chat.
Yes, and we also have something else that's very important in between. It's everyone's favorite bit. What is it? It's Blitzball.
Sphere break.
P-break.
Sphere break.
Sphere break. I love sphere break. No, I don't. I'm just killing these guys on the way because it's good. This is the last one.
It's good to play it safe and get extra things here anyway, especially in a marathon.
Yes.
Because you don't really, it's not like it's a waste getting certain things early, but it's
No,
slower.
no.
It's a bit slower to get them early, but
If I
it's
get sub
not
1
a
hour
waste.
Blitzball, I'm happy. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be right back.
which I will do.
Like, having an extra speed sphere just in case we mess something up was
Exactly.
Hey,
It's,
we've
ne-
messed
it's
up.
never too bad. Also, yeah, as mentioned earlier, there are not as many backup encounters for speed spheres as for power spheres. Also, this is really early and I love it.
I know.
Yeah, so normally on the route I would be used to, we don't do this menu up until after Blitzball.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether that's the new route thing or whether that's just, but
It
I
is.
assume it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you want to do it before, I believe, but
A Blitzerator, ideally.
yeah, because you need that strength for the Sahagins.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, basically right before Blitzball.
Here's the bit
Oh, yeah, it is.
I disappoint everyone.
So chat,
Yeah, do it.
shot doesn't exist. Don't worry. You're not missing anything.
You can't do it, kid.
Can't do it, kid. I'm not doing it, Dad. You can't make me. Don't make me.
I don't know why that minigame is the only Final Fantasy minigame that I ever really struggled with as a kid. Like,
No,
it just
me too.
didn't connect what you were supposed to do.
Same.
And I think it explains it.
It
Oh, it
explains
does.
it very clearly, and I didn't get it either. It's just click X where in the directional button where the voice is. That's it. If anyone's wondering, that's all it is. Or you can do what I
Also,
did.
be careful. No tutorial.
and do
Oh,
it.
yeah. So if you accidentally select any of those that isn't leave, you get like locked into a tutorial about it and you have to participate. So it's really slow. You can't
horrible.
leave or anything.
Especially in CSR, it happens so quickly, and then you
I know.
accidentally mash.
Yeah.
I have turbo on, and then it's like, yeah.
Left tab
Well.
on. Oh no. It's almost time for Blitzball. So when I do this game in my own chat, we have a little bet. So I'll put this to chat as well. Blitz off. So when the Blitzball goes in the air, you have options. Does Grav, Luca goes, boo, get the ball the most? Or does Letty, my team, get the ball the most? There are 3 blitz-offs in the game that count because we get the first half, and then we get the second half, and then Waka comes on, and we get the third one. So, who thinks we're gonna get a Letty day?
I hope so.
I hope so. No!
30! Are you serious?
Oh.
We need to sell a potion or something. You don't have enough weapons to sell for 30 kills.
Oh,
You only have 2 12s.
that's so grim. Huh.
Well, I mean, I don't know what 30 gil is, but I don't know if it's actually.
That's
Okay.
it.
Here's the thing, like, you've got so little resources there. If you are short on gil, it's kind of, you're like, oh God, what do I do? Because you don't want to part with anything there. Even
So
your map. You might be seeing that map and going, why don't you sell that? Well, we need that for later.
We need
So
that
she
now.
can't.
So, there is a way around that. Because it was just so little. I should have sold the ice brand. There is a treasure chest behind a walker, which is 600 gil. But it does take more time than what I just did, so I recommend not doing what I just did. Go and get the 600 gil. I didn't forget the chest. I did that on purpose.
I mean, that's the thing. It's so close to meeting the goal of what you needed that
Yeah,
then
exactly. It
getting
was
600,
30
it's
gil.
like overkill. You don't need that.
Nothing.
So it's tricky, but and that's the thing with FF10. It's all random. So you just got to adapt to it on the fly and see how it goes.
So let's bless haste here for a moment.
Oh yes, Nikki's enjoying this, I feel. He's like, look how fast this is going. It's okay, McSwells, I love you. I called you out on the stream. I'm so sorry. It's because I appreciate everything you do for me. Oh, spreading lies now. That's great. It's fine.
Right, yeah. The Albert have captured Yuna, and we need to rescue her. I'm not really sure, like...
Why?
But, yeah. Basically, we got more stuff to fight, and Walker has to look like a great Blitzball player, and they didn't want us to play more than one game, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's for the best.
So
The
we needed Reese
Albert-
to not participate in this one.
The Albert are good guys.
No, so the story at this point, the Albed are kidnapping Yuna because they kind of want to keep her safe and everything. but we don't know why. I think she says that at this point, right? Or is that
Yeah.
like, did I spoil? No, I think she comes out and
can
she's
you
like, I'm related to them. Yeah, so that's
Yes, she does. And it's a very funny scene because Lulu knows that Yuna is related to the Albed, and if you're not aware, Waka is a bit of a bigot and does not like the Albed. So Lulu says explicitly to Tidus, "Do not tell Waka about Yuna's heritage." And then he's like, "Oh my god, I gotta tell Waka." And then
Yeah.
Lulu says, No, I told you not to tell Waka. And he's like, No, I'm talking about the Blitzball.
that's the thing. In a lot of the cutscenes, Titus just
It's very cute.
is not very self-aware
No,
sometimes.
he's a good boy.
He fits well with Walker.
Yeah, he does. Waka doesn't think very much either.
And this boss right now is a big Albed, like, weapon, isn't it?
It is.
For
yeah,
throwing
and it's got
Blitzballs for
Blitzballs
some
in it.
reason.
Yeah. On
They're
theme.
thrifty. They
Trying to fight it
reuse
without
things.
the crane sounds horrifying.
Okay, so because there's no sound in this, you hear everything. So this is a CSR bug, and it's hilarious. I love it. This bit here. What? That's in there, but you can't hear it because the music normally. It's wonderful. It's almost as good as the CSR bug that was in Final Fantasy 9. Lightning Steel! Guys, we did it!
Oh, nice. So lightning steel is another drop that's random. They all are. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Sorry.
It's okay.
But lightning steel again benefits a later portion of the game. But I mean, it benefits a lot of things, but mainly right now it's going to benefit Sahagins. So we should be able to guarantee like overkills on all of them, which means power spheres are not a concern at all.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about houses.
What we haven't mentioned, though, is that you might have seen that Khaegar was killing the boss with Tidus. The reason why you want to get the final hit in with Tidus is that the chance for the weapon drop to be a weapon for Tidus increases because he was the one who got the last hit. Like, we could also get the last hit with Lulu if we wanted to, but the Thunder attacking Moogle is not really helpful for our causes.
It's very funny though. Okay, so
I hope Lulu gets the weapon we need.
the last one, yes. Oh my
Yes.
god, yes. Yeah, I really hope so too. Because it's always funny and it's always very, very funny and satisfying as well. Okay, so anyone who has ever played Blitzball professionally will know there's a way to get around it. And it's called hiding behind your keeper, but it is terrible. Right. So we use Jasu because he's the fastest swimmer on the pitch.
I was asking you if you're going to try to score in the first half, but if we are going to Jasu train, which
It
I'm
looks
also
like
all down for,
I don't want
that's
to
not an
Jasu
option.
train. Oh god, yeah, I didn't swear. They're making me do it. Right, so the idea is the less the other team get involved with Jasu, the better. He's the fastest swimmer on the pitch, so right now, this is called a Jasu train. And for 5 minutes, Jasu is going to swim for his life and his dinner, or else he doesn't get fed. And never be caught, and we'll never talk of this again.
yeah, as you were maybe able to see back when Abbas tried to tackle us a few times, the timer actually stopped. So whenever an action happens and the
Yes.
two parties interact with one another, the timer stops. Obviously, we want to go fast, so we want the timer to stop as few as possible. And
Yeah.
which is why, yeah, we're just running away. Fortunately, Jess is fast enough. If you're
Super
playing
good.
casually, Brother is also a really good
Brother's
character
the
to do this
best.
with.
Yes.
It.
Hire him. He's cheap too.
Yeah.
There we go. I've got the whole Jasu train. Choo choo!
I'm a
Alright,
believer for just a train. It never fails.
so hype. If there's any donations you guys want to read out, now is a very good time.
Lovely, because we have a couple coming in right now. Sorry.
No.
We have a $10 donation from Cypher66 that says Pikachu, which is one of the possible names for Ixion. It is currently in second place with $65, trailing by 10 to Rarity. And that will be the next summon that we are able to name, chat. So make sure you get your donations in there. We also have a $25 donation from Tozzle that says, "You're telling me there is a debate between Tita and Tita? It's definitely Tita." Donation goes to the DDR Mario Mix Super Hard Difficulty Super Showcase. Let's-a go! And reminder, chat as well, if you're liking the names on that bid war, you can also put your donations towards upgrading the difficulty for that DDR showcase coming up after this run. But we still got a bit more time here to spend with Khaegar.
He's cheating. He did that. Okay, so Graf got the ball, but that's okay.
It's looking good.
It's looking okay, yeah. I just need to get Avis out of the way. Right, so yeah, that's okay. Oh, they're doing the horrible formation.
Let's empty a horrible formation.
No! I don't want them to do the horrible formation. Graf is on my butt. Graf is on my butt. This is not a drill. Okay, so I'm gonna do something dumb. You know, besides the obvious. So this half finishes for a little interval in about a minute. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that these guys don't get the ball for the entirety of it, and hoping that I can just use Waka in the next half. Waka strats it is. Wow, I can't believe I've had to do Jasu turn twice. That is so silly. So Waka's gonna come in and ruin the day. I'm kidding, I like Waka. Okay. Right, and now, Letty, please. Letty?
Surely it's
No!
Oh.
So we switched the formations around so that we have a better chance of basically getting the ball off Grav. He's gonna dribble. So that means that he's gonna swim along a little bit more, and by then my entire team should be all up in him. But there's just two, and he's gonna shoot again. Oh, he's gonna pass. Oh, he's gonna pass. To Bixen, who is not a nice man. Oh, he's passing too. That's very smart. Very clever boy.
The
Okay.
AI can be really interesting for Blitzball, and
Interesting is a word.
that's
for
one
it.
of those moments. But the problem is they're all in that area, and you can't.
Nice.
It's really
Okay.
hard to slip out of when they build a defense around you. But I think we're out of it.
Yeah, we are.
Very nice.
Very nice. Smooth like butter. Okay, so we just need to get Waka to the bottom of the pitch now. Swim faster, Walker. Swim like your life depends on it. Okay, right, that'll do.
Usually you have to wait, but since we already took a while to get the ball, it fit perfectly to just immediately
This is
go
not
for
a
it.
good blitzball match, I'm afraid, guys. This is a very bad showcase. Normally it's way more chill.
This one just
more chill.
scores and everything is good.
Oh, thank God.
See?
Very nice. Perfect. Blitzball
Okay.
is extremely tricky, and it is the single most frustrating thing as an FF10 runner. I think
It is.
everybody arrives at that point with it, where they're like, but that was excellent. And it was not an easy game to win either.
No, it was not.
So the moral
Thank
of
you.
the story is just, you know,
Just shame.
practice and don't stress, because it's Blitzball's like that.
Sub 1 hour blitzball is very good for a beginner, I have to say. Not for me, but for a beginner. If you can get sub 1 hour, it's really good.
You gonna cheer?
I'm gonna what?
Cheer.
Oh yes, I'm gonna cheer. So I'm gonna cheer twice. So the good thing is that because I won Blitzball, I don't have to do Blitz loss strats. So Final Fantasy X is split into 2 strats at this point. Blitz win, Blitz loss. Blitz loss is slower by a small amount, but Blitz. Oh, thank you so much for that. Blitz win is the route that you kind of want to do because it's the smoothest and the least likely to mess you up.
That's the thing. Even if you fail Blitzball, which is why I did say, like, don't stress about Blitzball anybody, because
Yeah,
it really only saves a couple of minutes, really.
yeah.
And
like
there is it's not a much more different route even. It's just a bit of adjustment with a blitz loss route to go and get that extra strength sphere.
yes.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
It's a friend sphere.
Oh, yeah. So, and it changes menus and things, so it becomes like it feels like it's a lot of things, but it's really not. It's just,
Yes. So I think it's worth pointing out as well, just for the sake of clarifying that as well, because Sophie's very right. You can finish a game of Final Fantasy X, CSR, or any run that you like with Blitz loss. You can finish. And if Grey Fox is in the chat, just follow the instructions exactly. Don't deviate. The
that's the
instructions are king.
thing. It's especially important to remind anyone who's interested in learning this run that Blitzball is really hard and that you shouldn't worry about it, because it is as simple as just reading notes, regardless of which route you have to follow. Whether you win Blitzball or not, you're still just following notes. And then after years and years, you might be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to save those 2 minutes? But immediately, it doesn't matter. You're just following notes, and it really doesn't change much.
No, it doesn't.
It's literally just a couple of bosses that's different. It's the setup for it that's convoluted and
Annoying.
a lot to explain in a marathon, to be honest. I would say.
32! I'm good.
Easy.
Yeah, I'm good. To those who know, I have 32 power spheres. 34! I don't have to count anymore. That actually takes a lot of pressure off me.
Yeah.
Sorry, so.
It's always good to have tons and tons of any resource that you need as a backup, really, for this run anyway. So going out your way to get extra on a marathon,
A good idea.
like, I think we're doing good for spheres. And we
Yes.
can get some more. Looking good.
I do think, like, right now, this is, like, ideal because I got so many overkills because of the ice brand.
Yeah.
So I should be fine for the rest of the game, but, you can never tell with this game sometimes. But honestly, at this point, spheres-wise, I'm okay.
Would you actually fight any random encounters at this point?
No, not anymore.
Only backup spheres.
Yeah.
It's nice to like have so I think most runners running this will have like some way of tracking their resources, and it's nice to leave this point knowing you're pretty set for the rest of the run anyway. So and then also boss fights count towards the rest of what you've got to get and things. Don't forget about boss fights being mandatory drop. So
Katana. Oh, go for it.
Oh,
This is
I
fun.
was gonna slide in real quick and say we have a $10 donation from Ham Fruitcake
Honey.
that says, I can't believe my identical twin sister is speedrunning one of our favorite games from childhood for an amazing cause. You got this, sis, and all those hours of playing Blitzball together worked out.
Yes, they did.
aw.
Hammy's,
Thank you.
oh, thank you.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful speedrunning story, isn't it?
Yeah. I have a story. I actually told this to the sound people at the start of it. So Hammy and I we are identical twins, and I love her, and we do look alike. So if you find her on Twitch, she looks like me. And we got Final Fantasy X in Christmas 2001, and we were so excited. We were like super hyped because we played Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9 was one of our favorite games at that point. Laughing scene, everyone laugh. And we turned it on for the first time and the credits were rolling and you had that beautiful like replication of a scene where you get to see the first scene basically in the credits, and then you press new game. And then we had to watch it all again. And our parents were literally sitting there going, what the hell is this?
It's also.
No way.
They were quite annoyed, but we were very happy.
Told ya.
Well done for the laughs, guys. I hope you're all
Do we
laughing at
ac-
my story.
Do we actually still look for bombs here, or is this like a
No.
perfect time for our host to take over?
It is a very good time for the host to take over. We're going to be running away from every fight, and
Don't
if
break any bones, old
I
man.
get any ambushes, you will hear me start
I'll be
yelling.
right
But apart from that, go for it.
That sounds fantastic. I actually, real quick, I guess I have a $10 donation from Mom6226 that says $10 for Final Fantasy X.
I won't go so
And
easy on you next
chat,
time.
here's a fun challenge for you. Decide whether you want to contribute, or maybe you put $5 to your favorite upcoming bid and $5 towards the Super Mario or the Mario Mix DDR showcase. And let's start a $10 train at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 10 seconds into this run for Final Fantasy X.
Ooh, excitement.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We also have a $5 donation from Bradley Saber 22 and said, I always thought it was Tide Us in reference to tides of the ocean, since he is so closely associated with water. It was only a few years ago I found out it's actually pronounced Meg Ryan.
Nice.
And
Got
chat,
Live and let
if
live.
you're still wondering, is it Titus or is it Titus? Let us know on Twitter. We have an active poll going on for @GamesDoneQuick. Let us know your opinion.
Hey, I'm a guardian now, so watch out. Live and let live.
It's quite boring.
And we could have talked about the fact that there is a cutscene skip if we wouldn't play with that cutscene remover, but
So many scenes, yeah.
Yeah,
And-
so on this high road, one of the most notable, there's a couple of notable things I'd say, but like, first of all, is that be careful that you don't die, because an ambush here, you have no protection against it and they hit hard. So
Yes, they do.
keep topped up like Khaegar is. But also, if you're running on PlayStation 2 or just anyone without the cutscene remover mod, there's a high road. There's a cutscene that occurs where they're on chocobos, like halfway in between leaving this area. I think it is, right?
I think we just first area.
We're just approaching it now. I think is, yeah. Wait, now it's confusing about the NPCs.
Area.
Yeah,
it's the first area.
We've passed it. Anyway, and it's one of the hardest skips in the run. Honestly, it's really hard, and it's like you've got to stand on the right place just before the so it works like many skips and runs where there's a trigger point and you've got to run over it somehow without triggering it to skip it. And the way we do it is, this is how all the skips actually work in the run as far as I'm aware, but if you open up dialogue of an NPC and keep moving, like a momentum thing that Titus does once he's talked to him, he moves by himself a little bit. So if you can use that momentum to push yourself over the trigger, then you've skipped it, and while also having the dialogue open. And it's funny to watch because you've got like audio happening. Yeah, you've got audio happening while Titus is moving and his arms are crossed or whatever. And in that specific one, you have to play what is it, red light, green light, or something it's called. But essentially, you can't move when they're not talking. You need to only move when they're talking so that the encounters can't trigger. It's something to do with the audio tracker, I think. But either way, you have to stand still when there's silence. Otherwise, you could get an encounter there and they T-pose and it's very, very slow to load in. So that's probably that's high road in a nutshell. Those things.
Okay, so we just did a little menu there, which was we bought some Phoenix Downs and we bought some grenades for later. I don't think I actually need the grenades because I did so well with the spades earlier, but it's tradition. You want 3 grenades for the end of the game, essentially. And the extra one is for collecting any extra spheres that you want. This fight, totally gonna let the commentators have fun with this. Go on.
Oh my god, Khaegar, what are you doing?
I don't know. What did I do?
Oh no, he's at the bus.
Oh no. Oh no.
Khaegar, why? Why did you do that?
Oh no. I messed up. It's just waves levels of acting, I'm afraid, on my part, sorry. Oh no, it's terrible. Oh, I don't like that.
Keep in mind that you next.
He keeps doing that. Everyone's been hitting Titus today. They all hit him. Oh, Titus is dead. Alright, this is my favorite little thing. I want him to do the hop. Do the hop, marathon hop. Come on. Come on. No, he didn't do the hop. I have nothing to prove for that. Okay. So we're gonna heal all of our characters just by touching the save sphere there. And I think I'll do that. So all the people that I want there right now is are getting overdrives. We're gonna flee from all the fights here. This area is notorious for ambushes. They are mean.
Yeah, I feel like in general, this whole portion of the run is quite dicey. Like, it's very common for you to just have a run die here.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and it's usually the dual horns.
Yes.
If they have an ambush or something like that, they just one shot you. So there's nothing you can do if you get really unlucky.
Yeah. Also, those movers, they can do a fireball ability. It's very rare. But the fireball ability is like 400 HP a pop. And if someone else has hit them already, most of your characters will go down. Also, guys, there she is. There she is. Bye-bye. Sorry.
We can mention at least the HD version. We do have autosave, so we go back to the beginning of the screen. So even if we die, we do not lose too much progress.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the real hard thing about running old things, like old consoles, is they're not really quality of life.
No.
Those things don't exist, so like...
No, not at all.
If you care about those things, you probably should.
In a mirror
That's
system.
exactly. That's another reason why these categories are really welcoming and, you know, it's a lot more forgiving to lose 5 minutes max to your whole day, your whole plan.
Yes.
Thank you for your
Okay, this is the bit that you've all been waiting for. I'm terrified.
All right.
That's
Do
fine.
you want to try or shall I, Sid?
Okay, we're gonna get rid of Classico first.
All right. So yeah. So here we have the beginning of Mushroom Rock Road, or what could be Mushroom Rock Road.
I'll be right back.
So this screen, this screen has the so-called Classico skip. It is a short skip. Like the one we mentioned earlier, we trigger a cutscene while talking to someone, allowing us to run during the cutscene. And then coming back here, there is a new skip that was found recently, which is called Terra Skip, which, it's not a cutscene skip, which means that we have to do it manually, just like any normal run without cutscene remover. So usually there's an invisible barrier that prevents us from running further on. But as you can see, while talking to this guard pushes us slowly but surely through these invisible walls. I have no clue. Please tell me. We are.
Okay, so this normally takes 2 pushes. So there are issues, but essentially what you need to imagine is a prism. So there are like a little squiggly line that you're trying to use him to push you through. The prism is like it's like an X on top of an X, and we try to get through the middle, so you're threading the needle. But if you end up going into like this area or this area, you get trapped and you have to restart. So it's quite easy to do. It's a very accessible skip, but it's also terrifying.
Especially imagining for like top times if you want to get it as 1 push.
Yes, top times need 1 push. But I will say I think the world record right now has 2 pushes, which is what I'm doing right now.
But yeah, the skip also, as we are skipping quite a bit, like all of Mushroom Rock Road and the boss on top, we are a lot lower leveled. We do not get initiative, which prevents ambushes. So
There you go, first try.
are still a thing. Nice.
Thank you.
Out of my way.
Right. The only terrifying thing now is an ambush here that might kill me because I don't know what happens if I die here.
I mean, currently you are still in the same screen, so you would have to do the skip again.
Yeah. Oh, this is not a good encounter.
Here we go.
I'll be right back.
Ooh, if that was an ambush, that would have been spicy, and that's
That would have
the
been
real
spicy.
scary thing. It's like you just have no idea.
I'm so close.
But yeah.
Oh
So
my
Mushroom
god,
Rock
that
Road-
one's horrible too.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh,
it's okay. It's
I'll
okay.
go so easy on you next time.
Last one, surely. Oh my god.
Heal.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the most terrifying
Thing I've ever seen.
run.
So the screen is also huge.
For
Yeah, it is.
context, that's the thing. I've never seen this skip, right? Like, when I've run this game, this skip wasn't a thing. So,
Yeah.
seeing live how terrifying it is.
It's terrifying, but we did it. We made it. We're safe now.
Whew.
Nice.
Oh, okay, I can breathe. Also, someone in the chat's been asking how I feel about Final Fantasy X-2. I can't remember the name, so I apologize. I think it was
It's okay.
Imperator Tyrion. I've just got time to do it because I can relax now. So Imperator Tyrion, I like Final Fantasy X-2. I, in fact, love it. And you were talking to 2 people here who also run it. And they love it too. Right?
Yeah. We love 10-2. We love running it. No, it depends which category you run.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
I've run this
No,
is
please
my
say it.
problem. I keep running hardware stuff. I shouldn't,
Yeah.
but
This is
PlayStation
way
2 is a rough one for 10-2, but PC has a lot of options.
Monsters are nice. I like creatures. Creatures are neat.
It's just fun. Brother is kind of gross though.
We have Agama. Don't worry. I always get unlucky and catch Agamas, and I can use Agama instead of.
Oh, that's
Brother.
good. I need that. Oh, here we go. So this encounter is very important for the rest of the run as well. Runners actually farm basilisks at this point because we need them essentially. This is the only thing that we'll be using Lancer on for an ability as well, because we don't need self-destruct. Oh, we got an ambush. Guys, we got an ambush. It begins. So, the good news is that we have just skipped all of Mushroom Rock Road. So we didn't have to train for that, and we didn't have to get all of our abilities up so that we could basically beat push. So we could beat Gooey. But in doing so, we missed a shop with Owaka, who would sell us initiative, which is what Nikki explained while I was doing the skip, I believe.
That was...
You did do that, thank you. Right. So I also have just remembered that I need to do another mini menu. So Kimari needs to go here. And we give him a little bit of health. And then Waka, because for the next fight, we're going to use him. And this fight's going to look different to my commentators as well, because we're going to use a new strategy. It's going to be really interesting, and it's stable. It's very small chance that it won't work. I think I ran out of luck on that one last night. I lost a lot of time with Ixion is soon as well. This is the temple, so about 3 minutes.
I was gonna slide in real quick and say, yeah, chat, Ixion's real soon. There is only a $10 difference right now between the top two. Rarity is in the lead, but Pikachu is right behind, and we've had 3 tickets bought for the $10 dono train. Thank you for $10 from T-Rav, says $10 train, let's go. $10 from Alien Crustacean, saying $10 at 110 for Final Fantasy 10. And $10 from Pokemon Fan 90, saying good luck with the run, Khaegar. Love this run, especially the horsey Ixion. I guess you had to be there. And we have 1 minute left. Get your donations in for Ixion if you would like to change the name. Chat, I know you can do it.
I believe. So this is my least favorite temple. Because with Babel, at least you have to be engaged. This is it's a bit boring. No.
See, that's only because no one has finally made the illustrious Jose skips. It has been known for over 10 years. Finally, RTA viable.
Over 10 years?
It has.
The video is really old, actually.
Yeah. So
it looks like a relic when you actually watch the it's old looking.
So the so I was talking to Krim and Grey Fox, and I think Chris was there as well the other night, and basically they were discussing the possibility of making the Jose skip viable, and they said no. No. The amount of stuff you have to do, there is so little chance of getting it. It's just not viable, unfortunately. But essentially what you do is you use that chocobo who was pushing me to get over the scene. And it's just so hard, and apparently not really doable.
So what you have to do is you not only have to get pushed by the chocobo for quite a while, because the chocobo is faster than you running, which is why you just try to get pushed anyways.
Yeah.
You also then need to talk to the right NPC that is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So
they have to be in the right position.
trigger that dialogue, then get further pushed with the chocobo into the cutscene trigger. And I believe during all of that, you're also not allowed to get an encounter.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And
so it's impossible.
You just know one day someone will do it, though. You
Oh,
just know.
absolutely. It's completely viable, but
It's not impossible, guys. You listening, chat?
It's not impossible. Live your dreams. Someone make the Jose skip happen. Put it on the board. I mean, Jose skip would be fun. Does that mean that we would miss out on Ixion though?
Yes.
Sadly, the Cloister of Trials are quite slow.
This
What?
one is so slow.
And
We're almost done.
No, we're not. We have to push the pedestals in. Also, Final Fantasy 10 10-2 runners love this bit.
the
Putting
music's
all the
nice,
pedestals
though.
in 10-2,
I do
yeah,
like this.
that's feeling 10-2 runners know well.
Oh yeah.
Pedestals.
In 10-2, there's only one right pedestal and the other for random encounters. If you have had to push all 5 in, then you know you got really lucky.
Oh yeah.
I guess you could RNG track that though, right? For 10.
Potentially, yeah. That's RNG talk for Final Sultan.
Just
Sure.
that pedestal.
That single pedestal. Because I know well works with like second pedestal, I'm just saying. First pedestal is not a thing. It's all lies. Okay, here we go.
It's done.
Ixion
Okay.
naming time.
Alrighty, we actually have a very fun game for you both, or for you all maybe, in that we have a tie
Oh no.
for Ixion's name between Pikachu and Rarity.
We have to pick,
So-
don't we?
There are 3 of you. You can break a tie if you guys have one on your couch as well.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I'll
Just
pick
think.
Rarity.
Rarity. Soph?
You
What are you
guys,
voting for?
see, I can't vote because you guys got to vote. Otherwise, it'll be a tiebreaker. So,
I want Pikachu.
wait, no. Wait.
You have now decided to be last and be the tiebreak.
Okay, Pikachu.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we are picking the name Pikachu, and yeah, thank you, chat, for making that super duper interesting to the end. And apology, or not necessarily apologies. Thank you, last minute, for that $10 donation from Hawkeye Rio that said Rarity is my girl to tie it up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Just
Right,
over.
right as I was stalling as well. Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. It's fine.
I mean, they donated with the expectations to tie, so everything is possible. If you don't want to tie, I believe, is 1 cent a possibility? Can you donate in single cents, or is it just euros? I actually don't know.
I don't know. You can donate half of it to that incentive. I
Chat,
feel
you
like
can
it's
find
awesome.
the answer to this question for us by putting your next donations towards
Yeah.
the bid war for Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva's on the way. Oh my god, I went backwards. Okay.
That is our next bid war, and of course, if you're not feeling a bid war, remember we still have the DDR super hard difficulty showcase open as well. You can put your donations to, which all support Malala Fund.
All right. So just a quick note. This bit is a good bit for you to read out any extra donations, because I'm going to be running away from every single fight, and every time there's an ambush, I will say ow.
That sounds fantastic. We have a $25 donation from Crepe Goat that says, "So happy to see Final Fantasy X showcased. Thanks and good luck, Khaegar. Ha, 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 ha."
Thank you.
be right
We
back.
have a $50 donation from Doodlebee. Said, had to donate for my favorite Final Fantasy. This game will always hold a special place in my heart. Good luck on the run. Less than 3.
I won't go so
Thank
easy
you.
on you next time.
We have a $75 donation from Anonymous that says, late to the party, but never too late to donate. Love what y'all are doing at
I won't go so
GDQ.
easy on you
You
next
all
time.
rock. And Anonymous, you are 100% right. You may be late to the party, but you are never too late to donate. And all those donations are going towards Malala Fund. So thank you for donating, because that also gets you in for cool prizes and things as well. Don't forget to check out what sort of prizes you can get entered into by doing !donate in the chat.
So T's got
I
put
won't
to
go so
sleep
easy
there.
on you next time.
That sucked. Okay. Okay, we're back on track. Any more donation?
Yeah. We have my page just moved for a moment. We have a $100 donation
right
from Kaylin, who says, Final Fantasy X was my first JRPG and started a love for the genre. So excited to see it here today at Flame Fatales. Thank you so much, Kay.
Thank you. Alright, I'm not gonna jinx it by saying
I
I
won't go
haven't
so
had
easy on you
any
next time.
ambushes because she just went to sleep, which is also unlucky. But that would be considered a good moonflow. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much for all the donations. It's very sweet of you all. This next fight is going to be with Extractor. It may look familiar to the Eagle Eye viewers.
Right, the shoe puff?
I'll let him say all of that because it's cute. So, this fight is new to the run. It's the last time the route is different until Sphere Grid's near the end. So today we are going to try and slow this guy down with the stunning seal that we bought from Awaka in Luca. Is Right to the Shoot Up actually in the chat right now? Because that would be very funny to me. So we are gonna hit this thing as many times as we can. Wow. Okay, that was surprising. With Titus. And we're gonna look at it intently and hope that it slows down.
You don't equip the lightning steel?
Not yet.
I know, right. Right.
Yes.
Thanks to the lack of grind earlier, we are now a bit weaker than before, so we need to rely on trying to inflict slow
Yes.
to get a similar optimal fight.
I think it has been slowed, so that is good. Okay, cool. Right, so we need to basically inflict 500 damage so that it doesn't use depth charges. And because I don't trust this thing, I'm going to use Walker's overdrive to make that a definite. Because we want to do that before it has a turn, essentially. And yes, everyone in the chat is correct. The music on the CSR is broken again. That's slow, but you get the idea. I kind of like the music for this bit.
And if you get 2 or 3 on the reels, doesn't matter. It only matters which one is the majority and that element you get to your shot.
Also, Chris doesn't like doing the full thing because apparently he doesn't like getting the great. It saves like half a second, but he won't do it, which I find very funny. Alright, so now we can change to lightning steel and take off the last of the damage. We cheer here about 4 or 5 times. I did 5 times because... Wow! Wow!
Yes.
Wow!
I was wondering if you need to heal, but I mean, if you just crit all the way.
That's... Wow! What? I'm a bit tickled by that.
Blessed be the Grey Fox.
Blessed to the Grey Fox. That was incredible. Yes, she does stack.
Ooh, a treasure chest.
Go for it, sir.
One.
Oh.
You should know. I'm gonna use that item.
Nice. I like cold drink. I think it's funny. I'm not like... I'm not being impartial. Oh, okay.
Chat. Good news is that we had a $26 donation from Anonymous that went towards polling Elsa into first place for the name of Shiva. If you like that, make sure to mark your bid votes towards that, or otherwise, you can donate towards some of the other options, such as naming Shiva Efreet, Vice, or Cold Drink.
Get out of here!
I like cold drink is what I was saying to that, which I still think is a very valid thing to say.
Haha!
Shush, 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 shush.
I'll be right back.
Everything that we just did there was about not letting... basically, you can kill that bunyip with Riku's Overdrive if you like, but it causes more dialogue, so we want to avoid that. So what we do is we
Live and let live.
we basically use the last of our potions to use an Ultra Potion on Riku. She gets hit again, but it's fine because we have enough power spheres, essentially. At this point in the game, you want about 32 power spheres and you'll be good for the rest of the game. And then I did my last check for speed spheres by killing some bees. So the bees are a good way to overkill and get additional speed spheres. So I think I'll be good for the rest of the run now for spheres. Also, what else? At this point in the game, you should have been doing this earlier, but the way you talk to people in CSR is different to how you would talk to people in a full run. Essentially, what you're trying to do is create affection between. There is an affection mechanic in Final Fantasy X, and you can have affection with Yuna, Lulu, everyone. Essentially, it's quite nuanced. But basically, every time you have a conversation with someone first, their affection goes up. So there is a bit after Macalania Woods where you have a scene where you are traveling on snowmobiles, and you can have either Riku, Lulu, or Auron. And we want Auron. So we talk to him a lot in order to make him feel very loved, and then we have a really awkward conversation over at Macalania, which is the shortest scene. I think Riku's is the longest. And it's very, very funny, and I always love it. Also, at the end of the game, there's a couple more scenes which is affected by the affection, and Auron just comes across fantastically. He, it's a bit weird, and I love it, so I highly recommend doing that.
Funnily enough, Auron is not the fastest. Do you know who is the fastest?
Larry?
Has the shortest dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Himari has the shortest dialogue, but sadly you don't get his affection up early enough in
enough.
time.
Yeah, Kamari makes sense. So you can get affection with Kamari as well. There you go, fun facts, guys. This is the worst bit of this run. This is hell. We're in hell.
Remember that we are not safe from ambushes, and FF10 likes to have really long screens.
Yeah. This is
Live and
hell.
let live.
Get ready for me to say ow sometimes. Ah! Ow. Also, I'm going to admit it, I hate lightning bolts. I can't dodge them. I'm so sorry.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
After this bit though, it's kind of like a boss rush, and it's amazing, and the game like kicks up again real quick. Probably the most enjoyable part of the game.
I won't go so easy
I'm
on you next
excited.
time.
No, lightning dodges are not part of this run. They can be. If Nightbox is in the chat, he suggested that I do that once when I missed out on some sphere. And it
Yeah,
was-
I believe Crimson tried to make lightning dodges a thing for Blitzball strats.
Yeah, he did. It was appalling, and I hated it. It was so embarrassing.
Live and let
I
live.
still wish Expert Sphere was a thing.
Matty's trying to make it happen. Matty's on the board with Expert.
Yeah, so I've heard that there is an additional reason why Expert Sphere Grid is not like has a problem with being the fastest sphere grid, which is that every time you actually use a sphere on it, you get an extra jingle,
Yes.
like an extra animation.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Me neither,
Thanks
but
for
it's
the
like,
I'll be right
yeah,
back.
great. That's what speedrunners
Wow.
love.
That's the thing. It would be better if it wasn't for that, I'm guessing, because that adds up to so much time lost. Just
Yeah.
that small, tiny difference.
We skipped Riku. Right, so I don't have to buy anything anymore. So we just go straight and see you now.
No Shimmering Blade Foreign anymore.
We already bought it with Awaka and Luca.
Oh,
No, wait, we buy it in the next one. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you only buy the stunning
Ah.
steel there.
Yes, so in the next menu we do that. Right. So this bit sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I am terrified. Let's go.
Still need to steal some stuff, get some overdrive.
Ew.
Nah.
Ow! 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 Ow!
It's fine.
It's not fun! It's fine. It's annoying. Okay.
All under control.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All according to Keikaku.
All part of the plan. Okay. Alright, this is
Bring it
perfect. Alright. Alright, so Riku will get hit now because she has the lowest HP. We want that. She deserves it.
We also want to try and get her overdrive full before the Sphere Morph bus, which is there's a while to do it, but here's a good spot. It's
Yeah.
a pretty fast way to do it.
We also stole a light curtain there, which is very useful. Yeah.
Yeah, what does the light curtain do, so?
It is for the Wendigo fight. So in the Wendigo fight, we get Tidus to the point where if he gets hit by a Wendigo, he won't die. And the best way to do that is to do the sphere grids and also have a light curtain on him. If you if you don't have a life curtain, such as if you don't meet an Iron Giant on your journeys, you can use Power Break with Orin, but it is slower because Orin is a slower person and you get less turns, so it's a bit annoying. Luna is Shell, yeah. Oh, people in China know what they're doing. Right, so for this bit, we're going to switch up Waka for Riku permanently. Right, this is a good time for donations as well.
Lovely. I was going to say quick update on the Shiva bid wars that we had a $10 donation from Cypher66 that says, "Let it go, let it go." And Elsa is now leading by $11 in that bid war. But again, chat, you can still influence this bid war, the bid war for Bahamut's name, as well as unlocking that super hard difficulty showcase for DDR, and all of that money goes to Malala Fund. So support a great cause, and also, you know, let's make someone dance their heart outs and get some silly names going for the rest of our summons.
Yeah.
Live and let live.
So, in this place, Marcolani was, we are trying to collect 2 more items. We want an Arctic Wind, and we want a fish scale. And this is where we get the Arctic Wind from. That is not what I wanted.
Or you get the rare steals, Lightning Marble, of which we already got 8 in Guadalajara.
So cool. So good. She's dead. But that's
Well, at
fine.
least you got Overdrive.
Yeah, and now Orin's not gonna run away, is he?
It's okay.
There we go.
As long as one character's out.
Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna see if I can get at least one more Chimera. Got so many lightning marbles though. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, they're all hitting Riku now. That's so nice of them. Okay.
You got the fish scales early already, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the first time someone has gone into the next boss with a 75% chance of having the right item.
I sure have. And there is a way to change the elemental shift, but it's annoying. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it, so don't make me do it, game. Right. Let's go.
Live and let live.
People are starting to get a little bit low in HP, so because it's a marathon and I'm not in a rush. There we go. Well, I am in a rush, obviously. I have a time limit.
You're fine.
I'm fine. Wow, really?
No problem.
Shush, 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 shush. So there are actually moments in this game where Tidus doesn't actually say the lines when he runs away.
Live and let live.
We like those moments. This is not one of them. Fun to play in the second part is though, because Union's just told him she's engaged. Hate that one. I hate it when my girlfriend gets engaged. So sad. Oh yeah, she's dead.
Live and let live.
Hey, I think we're gonna have to go in with 75% chance now because we're gonna use the butterfly. So the butterfly basically stops you from getting any encounters as you leave. That just saves some time. A single encounter is about 16 seconds, so you want to get rid of them basically. Wait, what? Did that completely
Usually
wrong?
you are also, like, you could think about getting that encounter in hopes of getting the item. Especially with both, like, now that we can get ambushes there again. It's also fine to just not.
How
I just bolt up.
Do you still need the stunning steel? No.
I do. And I can get rid of that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I did it bad. Scout. There we go. Right, we don't need much anyway, so that's fine. So basically, what should have happened there was I should have told Awaka he's a pricey man, but instead I just bought the Sonic Steel. So I told him he is pricey, and then I bought the Shimmering Blade. That's all sorted now. We don't have to worry about that. We should have everything we need. Okay, so we're gonna change his armor to the lightning one. We're gonna guard. We're gonna guard. We're gonna bring Riku in. Have I messed up? I have messed up a turn order here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, because I didn't put on the Sonic Steel immediately. Oh, well, that's something.
Final Fantasy X runs are all about just in on the fly.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we do.
We haven't talked about it, but yeah, we are just defending so that everyone who needs it gets those AP for the levels. Wait, does Kari actually need those levels? Does he just there for emotional support?
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He does, yeah. Also, Grey Fox, thank you for telling me you sell high potions. Yeah, the game's order is also broken. Another CSR lovely sound bug. Right. This is one of my favorite menus. I don't know why it's one of my favorites, I just really like it.
The nice big one. I like
Yeah, it's
Final
tasty.
Fantasy speedruns are all about the menus. If you guys like menus, this is a big one. It's a fun one.
A nice one. But we don't have to do Yuna's grid anymore here. I'm just gonna throw that out to our commentators because they don't know that.
Yeah, it's so one of the nice things about skipping Mushroom Rock Road is that usually there's the big nasty boss at the end, so we need something to do to kill that boss, and we used to level Yuna to do that, but now it's you just bypass all of that since Yuna's only really useful for that thing, so it's a huge time save.
Yeah.
And it changes
Yuna
the
needed
route.
magic so that Valifor's energy blast would increase in strength, but yeah, we don't need Yuna's magic stat anymore. So that's nice.
Not until very much later.
But that's not magic, right? Pretty sure it's not.
It's strength and magic. It's a combination.
Everyone,
Right.
focus on the
We don't
enemy.
get any ambushes anymore. And if we do get ambushes, it's okay because Tidus has first strike. It's the most important weapon in the game.
Yeah. But we finally don't get killed by ambushes anymore.
We made it! Right, this is also a fun fight to learn. Just don't mess it up. Grey Fox, are you there? I know you're there. Right, so Riku comes in. Riku uses this. So this is actually the run, this is the fight that I met Grey Fox on. I remember quite distinctly. And at one point I was doing this fight and Grey Fox said, Yuna didn't get a turn. Just in the chat, just out of nowhere, and I was just like, what? And he was like, Yuna didn't get a turn, you did it wrong. You didn't follow the instructions. I was just like, oh, you're right. Oh, I can make this work. So I
Also
kept
nice
going.
damage roll.
Yeah, it was a nice damage roll. So I kept
So, yeah.
going, and then I did Wendigo, and he said Tidus didn't get a turn. Just like his friend's dead. Okay, continue talking while I concentrate.
Yeah, so that small satellite at the beginning that we were killing actually has exactly 1k HP, so it is a damage. If that lightning marble actually takes it down in one hit or not. But yeah, not much.
Why did I
usually
do
really
that?
happens.
Why would you let me do that?
Khaegar, you did not follow the instructions.
I didn't follow the instructions. I'm gonna die.
See, like, I have no idea what's happening because I
Yes, same
assumed
over.
this was the new route. It's like,
No, Yuna throwing a phoenix down on herself is.
It's very smart. Very smart.
But luckily, there's a checkpoint right here, so we'll just
There
forget
is.
that one. That was like
What
the
just happened?
test.
Nothing happened. It was a test run. This is
And that-
literally what I just said.
It can't be understated how much the checkpoints really help this run.
Oh,
I mean, because these fights are really punishing. You make one difference on the thing. done.
yeah. Yeah, that is actually a very good example of that. And we didn't get the Tidus bug either. He still has an M. And what Nikki explained there just happened.
Yeah, that's a bad damage roll. Nice out. 42 afterwards.
I know. Unbelievable.
Yeah, sometimes when you die and have to reload, Titus' name magically disappears, and then you just have an empty name standing there, which is probably also a good idea why we didn't have any donation incentive for it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it would disappear.
interesting.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah.
That is so.
I mean, most crashes actually are in cutscenes, so those shouldn't happen in CSR, but you never know with Final Fantasy X. Even the most unlikely things just... I mean, as we've
RNG
discussed
bits.
often enough.
It's crazy. Alright. So, yeah. The good thing is, guys, I know where I went wrong there. Yuna didn't need a Phoenix Stem. Okay. And now because of that, we bring Tidus in. And then we do
Basically,
this.
on a lot of boss fights, I think pretty much all of them, minus the beginning, it's like a script that you must follow. And even if it's a really small mistake, like just swapping a weapon, like sometimes fights will have you swap a weapon twice. What if you did it 3 times? Then that probably messes up the entire fight. And it's luckily with PC, you have the checkpoints, so it really is just like it's hard to always get it correct. I'm sure
It
many
is hard, yeah.
speedrunners know that, but
Yeah. This
it
is a
happens.
delicious song as well. Yeah, Soph and I are keenly aware of what happens when we make teeny tiny mistakes. And you're like, it's fine, and then
Yeah.
it's not fine.
I
Nikki
think it
doesn't
was-
make mistakes.
I think it was Elliot who said Final Fantasy speedrunning is best summed up by like making a mistake and then being so like horrified by it that you just don't do it
Never
again.
do it again, yeah.
Sometimes you just push the limits and see what's possible. And see what's not possible.
Yeah. Like, not following the instructions.
One of the great things of learning a speed game. Make every mistake and see what happens.
Exactly. You'll die,
And,
but it'll be fun.
You know, honestly, and this is a cutscene we won't get to see because cutscene remover, but Aura says life is about learning from your mistakes. And I think that's true,
That is
especially in
very true.
speedrunning.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, so I need to equip this. I speedrun this every week, and I've done it for a year. I actually, so the funny thing about this is that I met Nikki and Soph when they were running Final Fantasy X, and yeah, we bonded over the fact that it is a very silly run. I carried on just running it forever. They went off and did like other Final Fantasies, and I'm just like still here doing Final Fantasy X.
That's the thing that's really enticing about Final Fantasy speedruns, though, I think, is the nature of it just being
Endless.
hard to predict. You don't know what's
Yeah.
in store that day when you fire up a run of whatever, and that's why
Yeah, I love
I
that.
prefer the longer the better with FF runs, because it's like I get to plan my day for it. It's
Yeah.
like, and
It's
I
nice,
think
isn't
that's
it?
what entices a lot of people to Final Fantasy runs or long runs in general, or just games they like playing. It's a nice way to play a game you like
It's
playing.
a different way.
I guess.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy X is like a really good speedrun for that. It's like, I'd say it's one of the best speedruns to learn as your first runs.
Oh, definitely.
But, and that's the thing, you can just learn so much with this run.
That is very true.
Also to note, at the end of this fight, we will name Shiva, so
That is true.
If you wanna snipe that name, I'm sure Odie Host has all the names, and now is your last chance.
I knew you were.
Yeah.
Right now, Elsa is still in the lead by $11 over Efreet, but that can change so quickly. Chat, get in your donations and mark them for that bid war if you want to see that swing one way or the other.
Okay. This fight is choreographed within an inch of its life, and it is very, very scary the first time you do it. It's very easy to die here.
Just be
That's-
glad. The old
that's
spreads
the-
were awful.
This fight, like I said earlier, is very scripted, but it's also not because it's gonna kill random people. Like you can't really, especially in this category, you can't decide which character is gonna be killed off. So you
Yay!
have to adjust still in the fights, even though they're scripted. You still have to adjust, and this is the case for a lot of boss fights in one. And that's why this one's tense, because we've had Kamari, which is, I mean, you know, it's like a variable that you have to bear in mind.
Yeah.
It's going really good.
Yes! 6! We love this.
Nice.
So you get 2 opportunities to steal in this fight, and I got the best steals for that. Imagine dying a crawler and not dying to this one.
That's the thing. This one's very precise because there's a reason why we do all the extra things like swapping weapons and such, is so that it ends with Thundara. Because every time he uses a magic spell, he'll swap elements. So we've got the trinket that makes you immune to it. So that's why you've got to be really precise on this one. But like, all the bosses have that gimmick where
Right.
you're gonna die if you don't follow the instructions.
Yes. We have a Shiva.
All right. It looks like currently our winner for Shiva is Elsa.
Lovely. Very nice choice, guys.
So, chat, thank you so much for all your donations towards that naming incentive. We have one more bid war for this run. It will be the name for Bahamut.
The best one.
Currently, the last one,
The best one.
the best one. You're
The
so
most
right.
important one.
Currently in the lead is Barbie. So chat,
Yes.
get your votes in there. We also recently have another bid war open for the dancer for that DDR showcase that is coming up later, either being Luigi or Mario. And if you want to see either Luigi or Mario dance super hard and said, make sure to mark for that super hard difficulty showcase. Chat, we're a little under halfway there for that showcase. Let's make that runner dance for her life. Let's upgrade that to super hard difficulty. I know we can do it.
I believe in Barbie, and I believe in running. I believe in a thing called love.
Chat has great taste in names today.
Yeah, really proud of everyone today. The names have been great.
Chat is so powerful all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get through some boss fights before we get to Bahamut. So it gets quite exciting now, doesn't it, guys? She says. Okay, so what else?
Yeah. All you really need to know about this trial is do not touch the pet in the end. Be careful how you're running.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, imagine doing that twice.
It's-
I honestly do not know how to actually salvage it except loading the autos.
You just do it all again.
Because
Horrible.
you can't even do the same thing you did before because you've unlocked the destruction sphere stuff. I
You
don't
have
know.
to basically you have to do it again. So you have to touch the thing again to swap the
But yeah.
destruction sphere back out. It's very annoying.
Just be very, very careful. Take it very slowly. Nice.
Thank you.
It's
No, we're going
tricky
fast.
because it's right on a turn as well. It's like right as the
Yeah.
camera swaps.
Yeah, we haven't
I've
talked
gotten
about
really
it,
close.
but movement in Final Fantasy X and X-2 is very special.
It is,
And
yeah.
if you were to just keep on running, you would run onto that pad.
Yeah, you would. You absolutely would. Okay, this is where I
Alright.
don't do the skip again.
You're not even. Come on, you can do it, I believe.
Do you?
So here you need really good movement and it's really tight in order to basically just run out this exit on the other side before they catch up with you. On PlayStation 2, it's not even possible, I don't think, because
No.
it moves really slow compared to PC.
Yeah, let's see
But
if
it's
the
tight on PC.
CSR's gonna crash.
This screen
Is
also
it?
every time makes me wonder because, like, if you try to skip this encounter by running,
I'll be right back.
like, you do not look at Titus. You only look at the minimap. If, like, other top runners actually run while looking at Titus, or if they just run straight minimap.
I
Minimap
think
most of the time.
that's the thing, the longer you've run it, the more your eyes just... the thing is, my eyes are watching the minimap. Just
Yeah,
watching this
same.
I'll be
run.
right back.
So, that's your answer, I suppose.
I guess. I didn't depth to that yet, but yeah.
For some reason,
I
it just
have
happened to me naturally. Bit easier to see, I think.
I'll be right back.
I think usually, like, actually I wouldn't believe that it makes a difference, and then this skip just shows you that it does make a difference.
It does, yeah.
Because, yeah, if you take it really sharp, you would be able to.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This fight's kind of fun.
So yeah, this is another pretty spicy fight. This is the last fight that spooks me. And it's not necessarily difficult in the sense of what you have to do, but this boss hits hard is the problem. And it'll hit random characters. So we really want Titus to survive because that's our damage dealer. So that's why we pop the protect and we'll prioritize heals. Because he has haste, and if he's downed, he loses all the buffs you've spent turns putting up, so. And we
Also
need to
be
leave.
careful. Yeah, no, go.
We also need to leave this fight with AP on specific characters too, so it's really hard juggling everything.
I was gonna mention, you also need to be careful not to kill the other Guado. We've seen the first Guado
Yeah.
casted Shell on Wendigo when dying. The other Guado would cast Protect, which obviously, considering we are attacking physically, is not what we want to see.
Interestingly enough, there are some different strategies where you do kill both and then, but that's a whole different thing. But that's another thing that I'd like to mention on this speedrun is that there's a lot of different strategies for bosses and they all add up to have different things. But this is probably the best one. This is the one
Yeah.
I use. It's the less scary one. Still scary. Very
So
nice.
scary. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet because I already messed myself up the last time I did that. We're going to talk to Riku. Oh, sorry, can't see that. Going to talk to Yuna. Sorry, don't get to watch that either.
Did you
But we
touch
are
the
gonna-
safe sphere?
Yes, I did. Promise.
Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Time to watch Lulu cheat.
Yeah. She never learned that. There. Right?
Need some help?
Oh no, I'm blind. And then... Wait a second.
Are you all right?
She shouldn't know that.
Lulu Lulu casting Sandara. Unbelievable.
I know, right? It's so rude. It's cheating.
So the whole reason we had to do like the extra stuff in that fight is simply because it doesn't let you run away till like
Lulu gets it.
the Lulu dialogue stuff, yeah.
I'm gonna go and say hi to Kamari now.
I find this part so sad, like Kamari just walking up the hill and sliding down again.
Right, sometimes this is fun. Oh, this is perfect, actually. We're going to use Kamari to steal from you. We want those two sleep powders for a battle later. But if you look carefully, sometimes you can see Kamari being reiterated, and you can see him walking up again. He comes over the top of the hill.
He's just stuck there doing that forever.
Yeah, just forever, yeah. It's kind of grim.
Where's
I'll be
Yuda?
right back.
You know, where is she? Good dog.
So, to get to the story, we're in a desert, stranded in the middle of nowhere. And
know.
Yuna's missing, and obviously we're guardians. So, we're looking for her.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
There's also another skip coming up very shortly. It's not a story skip, it's just a battle skip, but it's... When you get it right first time, it's immensely satisfying. I don't need to steal anything anymore.
I can take them apart.
No, you don't.
I'll be right back.
Wanting to jump right in real quick, we hit another 10-minute marker. So, chat, if we can do another $10 dono train, and this time maybe put $5 towards that DDR super hard difficulty showcase, and 5 of those dollars towards the Beat Mania, I believe it is 2DX Encore set incentive, which also just opened. You can split your incentives how you will, so maybe this next $10 train, let's try and get both of those challenges unlocked. Let's make someone dance real hard, and let's get an encore at the end of that Beat Mania set as well.
Okay, so we're just going through here. I think we have some time for more donations as well.
No complaining.
Live and let live.
Lovely. We do have a $25 donation from an Onyx Mouse that says, I hope I will soon be transfixed from watching some DDR tricks. I would highly approve to see Risaru groove to some super hard Mario mix. Which was a very well-timed donation from the Onyx Mouse. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We also, chat, this event is hosted by Frame Fatales, which is an all-women gaming community that people like Khaegar are a part of.
Hi.
So if you want to join a group of lovely speed-running ladies like the one you see on screen right now, head on over to Twitter and look for @FrameFatales or type FF in chat to learn more. And if you head over to Twitter, participate in our poll on the Games Done Quick Twitter on the pronunciation of our lead blonde protagonist in this game's name and the correct pronunciation.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Just to add in there, I just stole a smoke bomb there to protect me against a ambush in home, because we do get ambushes still, and it can be quite annoying. So for this fight, we're going to use this ability. It's very satisfying as well. There you go. Love doing that.
It is a very glitchy ability.
I know. But we need
Have
these
you ever seen the
teleporters.
MU bug?
No, I haven't.
I believe it was on this one, where he starts charging it, but then he runs into the wrong direction. Up into
Oh.
stars and far beyond. All right, Riku, do the thing.
She didn't do the thing.
She did do the thing.
She didn't do the thing. Right,
So-
one more time.
This skip is really hard. Is all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah! it's marathon luck. I got it first time last night.
And this was another recent-ish discovery.
Calm down.
Yeah, it
It's
was,
good.
yeah. Alright. Sorry, I'm bursting your eardrums. Okay, as long as she doesn't run off into the night, we're okay. Right. No, that's terrible. Okay. That's on me. Okay, one more time. This is the one. Riku, come on.
It's hard to see on the
Riku.
PC version. The floor textures really. But there's kind of like there's a kind of a shadow that's a good indicator of where you
Yeah.
need to stand here.
I'm gonna
And-
clear the screen.
It's really hard to get Riku to push you in the right direction as well. Yeah, she pushes you over that trigger. That it's real close. You can
Yeah, it
see
is.
that
Have
it's
you ever
kind
tried
of
left
working.
side?
No.
The forbidden
Shall we
left
try?
side. Nikki.
No, I haven't either. I've heard that it might be better for the retries, but I haven't either, so I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
like it could
You
be a
can
good
also
idea
do
to
this on the left, all I know.
You can do it on the
Yeah.
left.
I
Yeah.
think that could be a good backup.
No, I'm gonna do it. This is the one.
There we go.
There we
Yeah.
It's
That's
really hard to
right.
get all those elements to come together, but luckily you didn't really lose much time to make, like failing it. Just
Yeah. So the encounter only triggers while you move. Like, you
Yeah.
actively moves, and not while Riku pushes you. So if Riku pushes you far enough,
Yeah.
Why did you do this? This should be quick.
green. Right.
Oh, 3M's pretty good. Yeah, we like that. Right, kill. It's not ideal because it slows you down because you have to keep guarding with them. And then they're going to hit two people. One of them is Lulu and the other one is Lulu. So that will happen. And yes, it's annoying, huh? I think someone told me that
Let's find Yuna, quick!
what the Albert is saying is get underground. But
Like
it
in
sounds
Albert.
like, yeah, and it sounds whatever you want to, in Albert, yeah, but it sounds like whatever you want. And this is why I got a smoke bomb. So now that we have an ambush here, we need to use a smoke bomb so that the dual horns don't hit me in the face. See?
yeah, very spooky fight otherwise.
Yeah. And then we lance that. Wow. Yeah. Good. Okay. Right. And then we monster rage, and then we do that. That is not an ideal situation. Normally, it's way quicker.
I was gonna say, if it was, I would seriously argue to lance it on the bombs, but
Yeah, you can do that. That is the quickest situation, but I didn't do that, so that's on me. Right, I can't do much about that, but we are going to switch Kamari out again, and let's all pray for no ambush. I'm going to
Safety?
touch this. Yeah, I'm just going to touch that just in case. So no ambush, please. Everyone pray in our hearts. We're good.
so this door does not count as a screen transition, so it also doesn't autosave. Which means if we were to die here, we'd have to do the last fight again as well.
Easy. Nice fight. Okay, the music does die here. Don't worry about that. And we're gonna pick up a level 4 key sphere. And we're gonna pick up a level 2 key sphere. And now we are entering into my favorite boss. I know I say favorite because I'm sick, But this is an awesome boss. This is an absolutely awesome boss.
So you're gonna tell us about tall boy strats, right?
No, they don't exist. Right. So there are several strategies for Everray. The one that I'm going to use is the one that I recommend to everyone who's just started this game, and it's all connected to that luck sphere we picked up in Khaegar Forest. Do not forget the luck sphere. I have done a run where I've gotten to this point and realized I forgot the luck sphere, and I could not continue. I'm laughing, but really, it was very upsetting. It was very horrible. It's still laughing. I don't know why. Anyway, the other strategy is Blitz Lost strat, where you would have to pick up a Baroque sword and a lunar curtain, and you can get that in the Thunder Plains. And the final strat, which is what Nikki was referring to, is Tallboy strat, where you pick up the level 4 key sphere and you don't pick up the luck sphere, and you use the level 4 key sphere to create a Tallboy. But in order to make this work efficiently, you need to, you need to get Tidus's overdrive correct immediately. And I can't do that under pressure, so I panicked, and this is why this one is better. So we're going to mix a map and we're going to mix a luck sphere. And then that miracle drink is delicious, and it makes Tidus do crits every hit. Well, isn't that nice? But at the same time, it is nice because it means that I have an overdrive for Riku. I do not have any spare turns in this fight, so I can't bring any of them back. But it does mean I have to pick up some gems later, which is fine and easy. And this is the bit where you start.
Got the overdrive.
Yeah, I got the overdrive. Like, that's very good. And that's the bit where you start Squeaky Bum and you do it. It's such an easy fight. All right, this bit's fun. I think everyone agrees this bit's kind of fun, as long as you get it perfectly right. Do you guys want to explain this bit?
So yeah, it's time to crush the wedding. Obviously, as the good people we are running straight into the Holy Church with our airship to crash the wedding. Few guards on the way, but I mean, nothing that can stop us. We'll just use some neat items that we've picked up earlier, and our nice friendly sword.
That's the thing. Beaconell really, what decisions you make in Beaconell Desert in terms of what you would steal or whatever comes into play here. But you can use a lot of resources. It just loses different amount of time. Ideally, you want like sleep grenades. I think they're the best. Just make everything go to sleep and it's fine. But you can do anything really.
Yeah. So basically, the goal here is to not let these guys attack.
Yeah.
Flamethrower guys are slow and
yeah.
bad.
And mean. Very mean. Also, if you're at this point, you can buy some power distillers or speed distillers if you feel like you're lacking in any spheres at this point. It's a nice little backup. It's a quick one as well. Because these guys only drop potions and ability spheres. You can talk to Rin on the airship and you can get those bought. They're very cheap and very handy because we are coming into a bit in the run where those things are quite important. It's a favorite time.
The robots also aren't fun on this part either. Like,
no.
It's just a really hard. Yeah, they'll kick you out of the fight, and the last one has like fire stuff. Ugh, it's a nightmare if you don't come in prepared.
Yes.
So that's any type of like crowd control type thing, like silence or sleep is good here.
Smoke grenades as well, which you can get from zoos in multitudes. But I didn't get any zoos in Beaconell, apart from the first one, so Also, if you have the bomb cores from the fight that we had with Riku earlier, you can throw them at this guy and it just dies. It's really nice. I like that strategy. There is another strategy where you use 3 grenades, but didn't need it. Also, do not die there. Because if you die there, CSR dies, and you will not get your save back. And oh my god, it's time for the trials.
Okay, this trial is the one that I think everybody... I don't want to know what kind of person would enjoy this, I suppose.
No,
I still don't
wanna
know
meet them.
how people like use this trial to, during this trial, map out
tracking.
the meta for
Exactly.
the encounter
I've done that.
armor. This makes this trial even so much harder.
I know. It's horrible.
And I think it's one of the things where like speedrunners, casual, doesn't matter how you play this game, you'll remember this part. And
will.
there's not really anything you can do speedrunning wise other than just do it correctly, and it is timing based, so.
Yeah, it is. By the way, this trial will take 5 minutes, so you've got 5 minutes for your donations for Bahamut's name.
Oh, lovely. So remember, chat, we still have that bid war open for Bahamut's name. Barbie is still in the lead right now, but it is closing shortly, so get those in now. Also, we had a $20 donation from Anonymous that said, $10 train, let's add 2 carriages. And so thank you so much for adding an additional carriage to that train. Chat, we are so close to halfway to that DDR Mario Mix Super Hard Difficulty Showcase. I know we can do it. I really want to see it, and I think you do as well. So let's get some of those donations in, and remember to flag it there for the incentive of unlocking that showcase. And all of your donations, no matter where you mark them, are going towards unlocking our bonus game this evening of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So just so that you know, all of what you're doing is helping go to that and also benefiting Malala Fund. So let's get chugging on that dono train and let's see what we can get going on here.
Yeah. Let's go. Never make any mistakes in this trial, by the way. Ever. Nikki, so how many times have you gone down there accidentally and had to come back up?
Too many times. Well, I definitely have done it.
I've done it.
I don't know how many times.
Too many times.
I think
once,
it's torturous to count
but
how many
I've
times.
also run the least of us.
That's
Like,
fair.
I mean,
That's
how many
true.
runs have I done? 10, 15?
I've done it most just out of being so prolific.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm that jaded like FF10 runner who's done all the mistakes at this point.
Oh, I've done all of the mistakes. There's so many.
I think there's worse mistakes in this though, like just
Oh, yeah.
the first one, the very first like junction is timing based, but it's like it's just off, and it's this is gonna sound very strange, but in your head you almost count like the like the rhythm of it swapping, and
Yeah, I
that's
do,
what
yeah.
you start to attune to more than visual, because the visual is deceptive on this puzzle, I find.
I think you're right, actually. The
Try and
rhythm is
tune into
more
the rhythm,
important.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
But yeah.
I think that, so there's, right. I'm going to be fresh with all the people in chat here. This trial is hard, and it's hard for 2 reasons. That first rhythm that you have to get, if you don't get that rhythm, you're out. The next one is going down the avenue, the second avenue on this one, on this level. There is a really beautiful video which explains how to do this trial. It basically splits it up into 2 parts, and it is really well explained. And if you watch it, you will be able to do this trial just as quickly as I can. But
Exactly. It's like for anything in the speedrun, there's always videos, resources, and things.
yeah.
But specifically for this, just watching through it and seeing, like, okay, you know, it's
like, it's mapped out really well. Like, it should be
Yeah.
in a university dissertation on Final Fantasy X on how to get through the math trials.
that's the thing. As a
Exactly.
kid, it took like forever to get through this one. We were stuck.
So this one here, this avenue, you will miss the ribbon on that so many times. Everyone does it. Everyone misses it.
If you go randomly from the starting pad on this line, then you have just a 50-50 chance to be able to go to the right here.
Yeah.
Because
have to count.
this one only goes in 2 directions and the other in 3, and they both go at the same speed.
Yep. It's horrible. So actually, this was quite smooth for me.
Yeah, reaction speed cannot help you on this one. You just have to actually start at the right spot, which is difficult because you don't see the arrow in the back.
No, you have to feel it. Like, I think that's the thing.
That's the thing. I think you just start to feel it.
Yeah, you just pretend you know what you're doing. You're just like, this is fine.
Just go, whatever. It feels right, and then
this feels right. I'll just click it now. So the good thing about the other 2 arrows, so the first and the third arrow on this section, you just hold down X and you go. For the second one, you have to tap it at the exact right time. But now I don't have to worry about that anymore. But that's the same for the one on the first floor as well. That's why me and Soph have issues with that first one, because you have to tap it at the exact right time.
Yeah, and it's kind of tricky to see it on PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's still tricky on PC.
It's always tricky.
You can hold it on the second as well. But yeah, if you're on
It's
the wrong
not
the
cycle,
way back.
if you are on the wrong cycle, you just won't make it.
Exactly.
you'll just
It,
go
like,
over there.
if you miss that first one, it's
I have a
kind of
name.
dicey.
Yes, it's time to name my baby boy, my big baby boy.
Are we ready for well, yeah,
Alrighty.
unnamed one.
The incentive was just closed, which means we will be naming Bahamut Barbie.
Fantastic. Well done, chat. I love you all so much.
Perfect.
Oh god, I did that wrong. Babid. No, it's Bobby. Well done, everyone. Right.
And thank you so much, chat, for all your donations for those bid wars. Reminder that we do have still 1 bid war up, which is for the upcoming run, choosing whether the dancer will be Luigi or Mario. But if you want to as well, let's put that towards that showcase, and then whether we get Mario or Luigi, we get to see it in super hard mode.
Hell yes. That's gonna be hilarious. Right, so this will look familiar to my fellow runners. This is the same one that we always do with Lauren. The next bit's gonna be quite interesting for them. So this is the first time we have to, do Yuna on the sphere grid. Congratulations, Yuna, you have graduated. Let's go. And we use that level 4 key sphere that we picked up from home. And we go over here, and we pick up a few more strength spheres.
That's the reason we don't do tall boy strats anymore. We actually need that sphere.
We do, yeah. So, we pick up those ones, and then we go say hi to Oren. So he's activated a sphere, and you can teleport to that. So we teleport to that, and then we use the magic sphere that we picked up all the way back in Luca, and we add that in. So, now we are going to beef my beautiful Yuna up. Beef it a lot. It's very important that you beef her up because you will see why. So this is into the satisfying sphere grid. If anyone's into sphere grids, this is a good one. So fun fact as well, the mana and the HP spheres actually do contribute to strength by half. So if you get 4 of them, you get an extra strength. Very silly mechanic. Also, yes, this is the best music in the game.
It is. It's a beautiful piece.
Gorgeous. Oh, don't you worry, you're gonna see Yuna do stuff. She's gonna be so good.
what else would you use such a spiritual staff for except bonking people really, really hard and
Exactly.
monsters?
Yeah.
It makes a lovely bonking sound, dude.
It
I feel like Final
does.
Fantasy
Yeah.
has that pretty good in all of
Let's
them.
go
the
Pikachu.
bonk.
The bonk is so good, and it's like she's playing golf or tennis or something.
Yeah. So there's a specific reason why we're using Pikachu here, and it's because we're gonna be using this one later on. So it's faster and it has the fastest animation for like
It does.
attacking stuff. So it's just a fast way to get because every summon that you summon, the cutscene is long until you resummon them again. So it's faster to lose this time here, but then gain it later on to not having to sit through it again, and also
Yeah.
gaining the time save from using its fast attack thing. So after that, though, you won't get much variety. Oh, Barbie.
They did it in FF9 with the summons. It's the first summon. It's always a long animation, and they did it here as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they did, yeah. So in Final Fantasy VIII, you have to watch the scenes all the time. That's 3.
True. But
yeah, but they're so good.
They are really
also
good.
they added a boost mechanic, which kind of
Yeah,
I
you
love
have
that.
to. I love it when games force me to watch the cutscene
Mash.
every time.
really.
Let's go.
They prefer to just give you something to do during the cutscene
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
shortening it.
Keep them busy.
And it's a benefit to you as well, to be fair.
I have to admit, I do love boosting summons. It was
Yeah, me
like
too.
that was the strat as a kid for 8. Boost.
I couldn't find it.
Okay, so this is actually hilarious because I am going to do something and then I'm going to walk away because I'm going to urinate. This is tradition. This is tradition in the Final Fantasy X community. Let's go, Bobby. I'm going to go
So,
pee.
yeah, so since this is cutscene remover, there really isn't many break opportunities, and this is probably your best one, and it's like 2 hours. Oh, so
Yeah.
we get it's a long cutscene too. Like if you think about I don't know how long it is.
I don't think it is that long, but I mean, Khaegar has experience with it, so she will know that she can make it back in time.
Exactly.
But-
And another thing to note is you can use turbo for this category. I'm not sure how the rules are for Final Fantasy X, but turbo is like using
Final
the
Fantasy X just allows turbo.
yeah. I think
on
it's like,
or at least on PC. I think on PS2 not yet.
but definitely on this category, turbo
Yeah.
is something that you'll be allowed to use for speedrun and everything, and it's helpful for things like this, quality of life, of being able to take a break in a 4-hour whatever run. So
It's not.
take it. It's literally just one button.
Yeah. The other would be during Blitzball if you can actually hide behind the goal, which
Yeah, that one's
we didn't. We got a
risky.
Jazz Terrain instead. Also, nice crit. Oh, this is a new thing in this route that developers always a one shot. Might actually. We'll see this fight. See, the old route Soph and I were running, Valor was a 2-shot.
This is a very long run, guys. Okay. What I missed?
Is Valor always a 1-shot with the new route?
Yes.
I cannot.
So I guess Bahamut is also 4-shot or something
Yeah, it's 4 shots, yeah.
instead of 5. Neat.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Unicum's in very good. I love that.
So what we had, what you might have seen, so usually in Final Fantasy games, the natural damage cap is 9,999. This is also a thing in this game. This game introduced damage break?
Break damage in it.
Break damage. Which is an ability that you can have on weapon, which allows characters to break that damage limit. Aeons also unlock it if you get the hidden item in the dungeon, in the trial, the corresponding trial. But for Bahamut, well, I think it is that chest right at the end that we pick up. Some people even believe that there isn't one, but for Bahamut it is just unlocked. So Bahamut just naturally, with the physical attacks, can exceed from 9,999 to 99,999, which we sadly won't see, I believe, unless we crit. But
Yes. I am gonna do an actually. The way to do break damage limit with the other summons is to get the sigils.
yeah,
Sorry,
never
was
mind.
that mean?
No.
No, the presents are for anime. The sphere stuff. So the disruption sphere stuff is anime.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, because I was trying to be funny, but I'm not. So the reason why I know this is because the sigils that relate to each of the summons that don't have break damage limit, there are 5. So Yuna doesn't have one, and neither does Tidus. Orin has, so I think it's Orin is Yojimbo, Waka is Ifrit, Kamari is Ixion. Oh no, wait, Yuna is one of them.
I love the fact that Yojimbo has that ability when all he really aims for is Sanmata, which really doesn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He does have break damage with it though. And the last one is Lulu. Is for Shiva. So if you want to get break damage limit with Shiva, you have to dodge 200 lightning bolts. I never did that. Never did it. Okay. Right, we're gonna go over to where Tidus was. Yunu's Valorful, everyone is correct. Well done, Chad. Thank you. Also, I was making fun of myself there. I'm sorry. It's a long run. Here we go. Right, in this run, it's quite rare to actually have all of the levels for this specific bit, but we should be fine. Okay, let's go. So, if we were all counting earlier, we will know that we had 3 fights in the View of Purusha Cup, and we killed 3 Maze Lava. Now, in this run, we only have to kill 1 robot with Yuna. Also, she did the bonk everyone.
I'll be right back.
So that should be enough, but I'm gonna get an extra one for safety. What do you think?
Sure.
Hold on, Kamari.
There we go.
Just be careful. I don't know how this route is anymore, but I remember that there was a time at the beginning when I accidentally menued a level too much because I thought like an encounter too much, and then it's at like the menu after this, I had a level more than I needed to.
Oh, really? That's actually pretty handy, actually, I think.
Yeah, but that meant that I actually accidentally
I won't go so easy
menued
on you
that
next time.
level already. But it was one too far, so it wasn't even useful, but just a
Yeah.
wasted level, and so I suddenly was XP behind. And
Oh, no.
I mean, it's more weird, but yeah,
Yeah, that is more weird.
just something to be careful about.
Oh, yes. All right. Here she comes.
Natus, he's really evil. He just banishes Aeons after one of their attacks.
Which is why
What
we have
shall
to
we
kill.
do? I wonder.
Let's do it. Okay. I wonder what will happen if I... Oh my gosh, did I do that?
Foiled his plan.
Foiled forever. I can't believe Seymour came back to get bunked on the head.
Now here we skip the best cutscenes in the game.
Yeah.
The romance
very cute.
bits. I know they're soft to everyone in chat's hearts. Dear to everyone's hearts.
We're missing out on smoochy time.
The cutscene's so long you could take a shower in it, or do an FF3JP speedrun during it, or
Anything
Yeah,
you want.
like I literally nearly fell asleep during it. Like I
It's like,
to be
it's,
fair, on
long one.
PC you can like skip the last 2 minutes FMV
You
or
can.
something, but it's still like 8
you have
minutes
to watch
long.
the beginning, yeah. It's so altogether, it's a 10-minute break.
It's
is
like
incredible.
8 versus 10 or something.
Yeah.
It's still...
We'll get through this.
Absolutely outstanding. They just swim around and hug, but the implication.
just- they sing and hold hands, and that's beautiful enough. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's
but
why
the
it's so beautiful. And that's Final Fantasy, isn't it?
They love each
That
other.
romance.
Yeah, the romance is lovely. We have a big Final Fantasy. Oh my god, I don't have to steal anything anymore.
Nice.
That's nice rare steal. Soph's a big old romantic. She's a big Final Fantasy 8 fan. Which, again, like, Final Fantasy 8 is probably one of the honest-to-God romances of Final Fantasy. Like, their
It
love
is
story
though.
is
It's
very
like
important,
it's so
yeah.
much about that, and as you get older, you're like, oh, it's actually not very good,
No.
but it still has your heart because it hit
What
you
are
as
you
a
talking
kid.
about? Zealand is hot dogs. That is pure
That's
love.
true.
And nothing
That's
can
commitment.
get between them.
They really love each other, yeah.
That's the romance you fall in love with as a 30-year-old woman.
Yes, Zell and his hot dogs. And Hot Dog Girl, who knows that Zell loves his hot dogs. She's
Yeah.
a sweetheart. We
They
love
are.
her. Okay, so this is a very long expanse where we don't do anything, so let's have some donations.
Of course, we do have some donations. We have a $25 donation from Kerplop that says, took today off from work so that I could watch a full day of the marathon. And fun fact, Titus's VA, let us know in the comments, also voices Gnome and Lord Yagris. Oh, I'm gonna. Yup. Yggdrasil. There we go. And Tales of Symphonia. Unfortunately, neither of them get to laugh. I also have a $9 donation from Vivi. It says, donating $9 for my favorite Final Fantasy IX. So chat, here's another fun game for y'all. Please consider donating with your favorite Final Fantasy number. However, I believe where there is a minimum $5 donation. So if you have a favorite in your between Final Fantasy 1 and 5, either add 16 to that because there's 16 Final Fantasies, or donate 5 and let us know in the comment which one is your favorite.
Oh, let's go. Obviously mine's 10, but it's also 9. And I am partial to 16, actually.
You have to do maths if you like the first 3.
Maths? I can't count.
8, definitely.
Yeah, I know. I love that you love it. It's such a good, it's so sweet though. Like, you can't not like it. It's just nostalgia, isn't it?
They're all great and all different.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
all
thing, they
different.
are. And with 16 coming out, it made me really, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone, don't worry, but it made me really appreciate that about it. That it's just so different but romantic. Like, it has that core every time.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
yeah. I like that no one is saying 15. Sorry. What was I saying?
We love 15 too. I'm sure there's 15
It's-
fans.
It's a good run.
That's 15 fans.
I like it. I replayed it recently a little bit, and I really do like it.
My opinion about 15 is striking is fun. Warp striking is honestly fun.
It's fun. Yeah, you do
It's
a
like
lot.
really, that's it. It's not fun, but it's really atmospheric when you get absorbed in it, you know? Like, I actually was
Yeah.
role playing in it, and that's when it was good.
It's a role-playing
So I'd love to
game.
see them embrace that more. I'd love to see more of that, especially with Baldur's Gate having come out.
Oh yeah. That's a good point. Okay, this is a very important fight to Final Fantasy X runners. You guys want to
Yeah.
explain why?
Well, basically, this is where it opens up a junction in which you'll have, like, is it 3 variations of menus?
3.
Depending on which loot you get, you'll have to follow a different route, basically. And it's random which one you get, so you just have to keep an eye on the loot here. And also, it's really important to have the either fire gems or water gems to overkill as well, because if you don't get the overkills, that will basically end.
2 for 2.
You'll have to try again.
Nice.
Nice.
This is so the 2 friend spheres and 2 return spheres is actually the fastest one.
It's the
sure.
second fastest one.
Oh,
So
it is.
Yeah.
So friend spheres are still the biggest. So
Friend spheres are the rare drop, but the problem
It's
with 4
1%.
spheres is since it's a rare drop, you get them so rarely that speedrunners usually don't
Exactly.
know how to
That's
use
why
them.
I always
Like,
think this one's the fastest. But yeah.
optimally for friends is faster, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a tough
optimally.
But
one.
you
yeah.
never practiced that one.
Never ever have I practiced that one. I practiced it once and it went so badly. I remember I got 4 friend spheres once in a run. I was 8 minutes ahead and I lost it all. It was so bad. Oh, why did I do that?
The other fun fact casually about Biran and Yankee is that their HP scales with Kimari's HP. So if you give Kimari lots of HP, they can have a ton of HP. Was it like up to 50 million almost?
Yeah, it's
It's a
very
lot.
silly. It's so much. Okay, so now we're going to use one of those friend spheres on my girl. Yeah. Okay, this is nice and easy. So we are going to beef Yuna up beautifully right now. And we're going to use Lulu to do it.
Yeah, so basically you're just using like the other characters with their excess movement, that the sphere levels that they've got available to use the friend spheres to get, like to not have extra sphere level requirement on Yuna, basically. So we get free movement with our loot. And that's why it changes drastically, because obviously if you have no friend spheres, then you can't use Lulu, and that's when you have to use your return spheres instead. So
Yeah.
and this is a long
This is a long
Mount
burst.
Gagaza is a long running section, and it's a really notorious part of the run because
Yeah.
it's right after no encounter armor. And obviously because we're doing this category, which is you can't predict the RNG, it's really not a good idea to go for the no encounter armor because it's going to be totally random and it's got very, very minimal chances of happening.
It doesn't
So-
work anyway.
It doesn't
It's
work at
banned.
all.
It's banned. You
Don't
can't
do.
even-
Oh, it's banned. Good.
Yeah, so even if you got it, it wouldn't work.
But for other categories, you'd have no encounter armor for here, and it saves so much time that the run has crafted itself around that idea.
Yeah, it's like 6 minutes.
And that's
on
what's
this.
really good about this category is that it defies that. And so, like,
Not much has
You have to
changed.
endure all the encounters.
yeah,
There was a time people grinded for that, for the ominous sub 10 on PS2, which, reminder, this is 8 hours into a run. So people like
Yes,
ran this
exactly.
game for 8 hours in order to then have a very minimal chance to get that armor.
Yeah.
it's rough,
Awesome.
and that's why it's been so cool that we have the RNG tracking and everything. It was really kind of like needed.
Yeah. It was, and it was a
And
community
it's
effort.
been
as
hard
well.
work. I don't know anything about, the kind of technical knowledge you'd have to really understand what the community has done
Oh yeah.
with the tools that they've created for this run, and it saves a lot of time.
The
it's
tools are
incredible.
fantastic. Yeah.
It's basically it's honestly magnificent how optimized this run is, and it's so easy to miss that because it's such a long run, but it's
Yeah.
had so much cool things and all these skips lately too. Really cool run.
It's amazing because this was all optimized before CSR as well.
Yeah.
So people were doing 10-hour runs just to figure out how to get all this stuff down. That's insanely wild and so beautiful. Like, people literally ran 10-hour games over and over. Krasnikan, VI, I apologize if I'm not saying his name right, but he got the world record. And he got the world record the day before we discovered how to get no encounter armor. And he spent a year speedrunning Final Fantasy X. We did Final Fantasy X over and over and over, and every time he would go to that cave and he would look for a ghost and he would look for no encounter armor. And it took him a year of running and he got it. And then literally the next day, we discovered we could track it. Like, that was a year in the making. It's so cool. I love that. I feel sorry for Karnakan. But, like, that's the amount of effort people go through for this game. So we get to like 8 hours in a run and then it would die. He could not continue. I'm gonna put Riku in here. No, not.
Just wanted to step in real quick and say that we are $6 away from being halfway to that DDR super hard difficulty showcase. So chat, if you, like Ultros who donated $6 to Malala Fund, if Final Fantasy VI is your favorite, and maybe you think, like they do, that Kefka is a way better villain than Sephiroth, fight me, then donate $6 and make sure to mark it towards that showcase. And if you disagree, donate your favorite game. Maybe donate whatever villain you think is actually better than Kefka.
No one is better than Kefka. And also that was incredible.
Can you redo that fight? That went happened a bit quickly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What a
That's
shortcut.
the power of 2-2.
Just getting that crit.
Yeah, I didn't even have to use Riku. So normally in that fight, you'd use Riku and a Chaos Grenade, but because of the power of 2-2, we don't have to do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it basically, with the 2 friend spheres or more, it saves time from just getting those strength up front.
Yeah.
So that's, if you get the other way, it's like I think it's like 4 or 5 hits with Yuna, something like that.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah,
Depending
it's
on
quite lengthy.
Yeah, it is. It's fun and stressful, but it's not as quick as that. The current world record is 4 returns as well. I'm just saying, someone needs to get in there with a 2-2. Because that's just an instant time save.
It is.
Don't say that too loud. Some people go for the YOLO Lux crit.
That is true. We do that. We're crazy. The biggest trial of them all is about to happen, by the way. I've seen runners lose minutes to this bit.
Yeah. Reminds me, have you ever done Bribe Root, though?
Which one?
Have I ever done what? Sorry.
Bribe Root for Bahamut Root.
Oh no! I
haven't.
came. Yeah, I started running this, I think, just after Bahamut was discovered.
Yeah,
so
same.
that's the thing. It had such a huge change, and I didn't run it at that point. So
Yeah,
So
same.
yeah,
So
Bahamut
Bribe
Root is
Root.
probably at this point, I don't know, 5 years old?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which, I
it
mean,
is,
you
it's
can
like-
see why it is pretty strong. But, so the route beforehand it's actually just like 5 minutes slower,
Oh.
I believe.
There's
it's
a lot
not
more skill
that-
involved.
It is not that much. So what you did was you got a chocobo in Calmlands, and you went
Oh,
to
Premiums.
the chocobo racing and got Wings of Discovery, and then with Trio of 9999, we have successfully ignored the minigame enough to not troll us. But yeah, Riku is able to use Links of Discovery, makes 3 of 9999, which means that every attack of the 3 party members that get status deals 9,999 damage. And then you use Bribe on a Fire Flam in order to get lots and lots of fire gems.
We love
Which then
fighters.
all dealt like 6 times 9,999 damage when you use them.
So you use that, and you also use Lulu's Overdrive, don't you? Originally.
No, you actually don't use it. Because you have fire gems. You just had fire gems, which is it's tough to get the so the overdrive that you had like on other characters, you used Entrust in order to give it to Riku.
Ah, that's really cool. I like that. I'm always scared of Lulu's Overdrive because no sphere grid still uses it, and you get 8.
Yeah. Lulu's Overdrive is no sphere grid exclusive.
Yeah.
It's it kind of adds a fire gem without using fire gem.
Wow.
Hey,
Is that edible?
The flans do look tasty though.
Not
You know,
these
it's-
ones.
It's really hot here in France.
It's black.
I'd tuck into that
It's-
right now.
It's black. So
It looks
it's black
juicy.
gooey. I will
I
admit,
have seen less appetizing things that people eat.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not the worst.
that is true. I will point out as well that Waka, if he's in your team and meets a behemoth, he might say, "Hey, how many steaks do you think we can get out of these?" So they're all thinking about food right now in my head. Like they're just hungry. They just want to go to a restaurant or something.
That's the thing though. These animals would make up their food. Like,
Oh no!
I don't
But you're
know whether
right.
they didn't really go into it too much detail, but like they might eat flans and things. That'd be cool though.
Okay, so if I'm gonna ruin that because at the beginning of the game, Lulu explains that fiends are actually people.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no. So
Eating
fiends are
people.
actually the souls of people
Yeah.
who've died who can't accept their death.
So they're
they
not
turn into
real
monsters.
things. They're not real living things. Yeah, they're just
No.
like the fireflies.
Yeah.
You can't
it's
eat
always
those,
right.
sadly.
No.
But it does look like hydrating.
Yeah. Guys, chat, I need to explain something to you. It's always fireflies. Any plot holes you have, it's fireflies. Always
Is it
fireflies.
like that in every FF game? Can you imagine? That's the explanation for every FF game. It's like crystals or fireflies.
Oh yeah,
not
in
actually
FF8
things.
it's just the sorceress messing with
Yeah.
people. In time travel.
Fireflies are responsible for time compression. Now that's a new one.
Now
That's
it's down a
what we
rabbit
always
hole.
needed.
That actually makes sense.
And then the next time people are like, so starting from disc 2, Squall is all Fireflies.
Yes! Because he got, like, stabbed in the chest. It was very dramatic. You could
It's
die
actually
from
just
something
the shoulder
like that.
and the Blizzaga spell, but
It's really dramatic. Yeah, the CV says it, it's not gonna say. But yeah, Nikki's right. Squall doesn't die. So if this is where you come in and say, yes, he does.
I can't keep up with the FF8 fan theories.
It's fair. Renoir is Ultimisia.
that's a good one. I
That's a
like
good-
that.
I like
When
that
I
one.
first heard that, I was like, yep, that sounds actually right. That would fix some plot holes.
Yeah. I like that one a lot, actually.
Does 10 have any? I've heard some strange 10 ones too.
I've had some really
Does
weird
chat
strange
know?
ones, yeah. Has anyone got
Right.
any good Final Fantasy myths
Yeah.
or story theories? Because there is one which I really like, which is, oh no, I did it bad, but we'll do it anyway. I like one where everyone just assumes that Orin is drunk all the time. Because he's got Nog around his belt.
Yeah, that's less holding alcohol for sure.
Alright, that's on me.
That's fine.
This should survive, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else. We just get an animation for content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Animation for content. So, the real way to do that fight is to get our armor break, but I decided against that. Totally unilaterally decided to go against Grey Fox. I'm sorry. Gonna get that now though, because it's quite important.
It's okay.
Quick update, we are now over halfway to that DDR super hard difficulty showcase. And we are only $121 away from $65,000.
What?
We had, real quick, we had a $50 donation
Oh, no,
from
it's fine, go for it.
Purple CFP, who said Final Fantasy X was my very first introduction to the wonderful Final Fantasy franchise and my favorite game of all time. Go Khaegar.
Thank you.
And we
Also-
also had $11 from Kainzen, who says Final Fantasy XI has the greatest villain, Shantoto.
Shantoto, yes. She's evil. And so cute though. I just saw Grey Fox in chat get upset. I'm sorry, Grey Fox. Any more donations as well, by the way, because this is just like a little quiet bit, but I will have to reset the game.
No worries. We have a $5 donation from Amiga 9000, who says best Final Fantasy is Obelisci? World of Final Fantasy, where all FF is in it, and you can ride on a chocobo or Cerberus, D.
The big D. Gotcha.
And a $100 donation from Anonymous that says the best Final Fantasies are multiples of 6.
12. 12 and 6.
12.
12 and
Yeah.
6.
But
Thank
we don't
you
have
all.
18.
Thank you all so much for all those donations. We really appreciate it, especially the $25 from Anonymous that says DDR, DDR. So chat, keep flagging your donations, put some towards the super hard difficulty showcase, and also make sure to mark some as well for that Beat Mania Encore set. And reminder that $25 today will get you in for some of the big prizes that are open right now, such as that Zelda cutting board, a Nintendo Switch Lite with Tears of the Kingdom, or the Lord of the Mountain Needle Felt, which is absolutely gorgeous. And all of those, all available right now if you put in a minimum donation of $25.
Forget your stuff, guys. The prizes are adorable, by the way.
They're so
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, I want them. Everyone in the chat's arguing about Final Fantasies they love the most, which is adorable. This is why I came here. This is why I'm here.
Do you want a wholesome mathematic answer to that last donation?
Ooh.
Every number can be a multiple of 6. If you multiply it by a half, you get FF3. And
Whoa,
so on.
Nikki,
So
you're
every
playing
FF
with
is a
halves
best
here?
FF.
0.5, yeah.
Halves? Oh boy, we can't.
You've ruined it.
That's
I like
true
that,
though.
though.
That's
Oh no!
numbers are really complex.
But that also means that Final Fantasy II is considered the best Final Fantasy, and I can't live in that world. I don't
They're
really
all
want to.
they're all the best ones. If you
I
can
know.
halve, quadruple, whatever numbers, then they're all the best ones.
That's true. Numbers mean nothing. It's all
Yeah.
what's in our hearts.
Exactly.
So since I got the overkill with, amazingly, with Seymour, I'm good, and therefore I don't have to pick up an extra kill with Yuna. I'm on 2-2, so I'm well ahead, and I don't have to pick up the friend sphere, which is just down there, which is what you have to pick up if you get the 4 return spheres, which is, again, the most likely and the current world record. So we've got, those guys are very good to kill if you feel like you're low on AP. They can get killed by 1 hit from Barbie. And we're about to... Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say that here's like a good place in general for a lot of catch up with anything that, because you're so strong at this point, you can just 1-shot or 2-shot everything.
Okay, so I've got 1 more sphere grid, I think, and it's gonna start now. And also get your blocks out because it's Tetris time.
We haven't talked about it, but so yeah, as you were able to see, so basically how it works is that Bahamut's strength scales with Yuna's, or that scale with Yuna's stats. And that I think he gets like, I mean Barbie of course, Barbie gets like 4 times the strength Yuna is or something.
Yeah.
It's just the reason why, like, if you have Yuna 4 strengths and Barbie has 16 strengths, and that's just how quickly this accelerates into these incredible numbers that we are able to see.
There you go. All done. Let me use that. There we go in. Right. Oh no, I have to do Tetris. Everyone concentrate.
Yeah, this part's
annoying.
It's hard to remember it all because there's so many different rooms, like different configurations that you have to sort out. And I mean, like, no one actually does the puzzle. They just follow the notes, right? So
yeah, everyone.
It's hard.
Does.
You get like 3 seconds of Titus standing there long enough to check where the next place to go is, really, and it's tricky to do that.
Supposedly there are people that are able to remember this, but
I think Cream can.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm like, yeah, just give me notes. There's nothing
myth,
wrong with looking at notes.
It's nothing wrong with
while you are standing there and waiting for the animation anyways.
Yeah, if you want to save your time,
read the notes.
You've got time to read the notes, yeah. And it's really lovely in the notes.
Yeah.
Then at some point you, I guess, know it by heart, but
I'm sure you can.
You don't need to go on a journey specifically to learn it by heart. But in the notes, it's just a picture as well. Like, it's super easy to follow. The notes are wonderful for this game, and obviously in a Final Fantasy run, that's really fundamental to learning how to do it for most people, I think.
Yes.
And we have excellent notes. People have put a lot of time and care into making them as like easy to read during a run, or
big shout out to Mutski for his Final Fantasy 9 run and Awesome Waves for his Final Fantasy 8 run, because both of those are incredibly readable and very useful, especially for beginners. So if you're interested in running anything,
I think at this point every FF has really good notes, I think.
Yeah. I don't think I've read the 7 ones, but 7 scares me.
That's true. 7 is a scary run, and I think it's hard to put that into a notes that would be accessible without much learning beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
But when I'm talking about these runs specifically, these are runs that you can jump into and follow the notes without doing any homework, usually.
I agree. Yeah.
So that's why they're really good.
Yeah.
You don't have to like study it for months or whatever.
Oh, absolutely not. You can, if you picked up the walkthrough for this run specifically and played it tomorrow, you would finish. As long as you follow the instructions perfectly, you can run this game and finish it in one go as a speed run. Anyone can do it. Promise. It's
a nice weekend vibes kind of run, I think. Final Fantasy runs.
Yeah. Can you see how relaxed I am right now? I mean, come on, guys.
It's perfect for marathons.
perfect for marathons. And not only that, but there's going to be a person, if you guys put money in, you're going to watch a person do super hard on a dance mat.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting back in my chaise lounge. And I just knocked my microphone, sorry.
Big shout out to all the runners.
All the runners, yeah.
Frankfurt Tells is always one of my favorite marathons.
Same. So fun. I'm so glad to be part of it. It's a surprise, a huge surprise. And genuinely moved by the whole thing. I'm very emotional.
Well, we are super happy to have you, and so is chat. Because
Yeah.
we had a
love that have
We had a $25 donation from Satan herself that says,
Wow.
Khaegar smashing this marathon of a run. Mario in hard mode, sign me up. Can we get a $5 hype train with everyone's favorite Mario character so that we can get this incentive going? And chat, we are only $190 away from being at the $2,000 mark for that DDR, and we are only $36 away from $65,000. So can we get a hype train going right now?
Let's go.
I would love to see it.
Can.
Okay. This is the last of the Tetrises as well.
It's almost over.
Oh my god.
Perfect time for a hype train.
Perfect time for a
Because
hype train.
you've got some incredible boss fights, like the best in any Final Fantasy.
Agreed.
It's almost the final stretch, guys.
And an amazing cutscene that, well,
Well, you could conjure the childhood memories.
Let's go.
now, this is it. Here we skip all cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We skip
It's
even that
so
one.
good though.
I know, it's so good.
I
Everything with
genuinely miss
Auron.
them.
Yeah,
Like-
me too. Like all of the Auron bits at this point, it's just so emotional. It's so good. Again, guys, you are not getting spoiled right now, really. But if you've never played Final Fantasy X, this bit
Yeah.
kicks butt. This is such a good bit.
This is Marge Simpson boss. It's the blue hair. That's how crazy you go late into like a long one.
Oh yeah. Okay, this
Much
boss
like
is-
the other bosses, it's just as simple as just like 1 or 2 shot in these.
No.
It really is that straightforward towards the end.
Oh, miss! That's normal. This boss is insanely fast, so don't worry about it. If you get hit a couple times, Bahamut can take it. Barbie can take it. Both of those sound weird.
This might actually be the boss that is like the damage check, for which we get all the defense and HP. In
Yeah.
order to tank 2 attacks from Spectral Keeper.
Yeah, I think that's right,
'Cause
actually.
I believe even at BFA we don't get that low on HP.
No, I don't need to do that. So I only have 1 Sphere Grid left, guys. Also,
The final one.
yeah, the final one's the one before the big boss. I will also say, touch the save sphere there, because this next fight's gonna make Squeaky Bum Time seem very fun.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
that sounded wrong.
this boss, it's one of those save points where you just run past it a lot. And I think this is probably where I've died the most in runs.
Really?
I always forget that.
It's really important to save because she hits
It
hard.
is. If you come into this fight without touching it, you're probably gonna die.
You will die,
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
65k hype and also 65k for me as well. Hey!
Yeah, we just ticked past that. Chat, I'm so proud of you.
Well done, everyone.
Hell yeah.
This is it.
Beautiful.
We're doing it.
Now is the time.
Exactly. It's like the perfect time as well.
It
Because
is.
in the story, this
So
is where
high.
Oran would lead us to our destiny, essentially.
This is what he's been training for
Or
for 10
defy it, I
years.
suppose. Yeah. It's just to defy destiny.
Defy it. This is a really good boss. Also,
It is.
if you are playing Turbo, this is a good P break as well. I'm just saying. Oh no, I'm gonna. Oh wait. Hey. Ah. No Lulu. So in
So-
that fight,
I'll let you finish. You were going to explain it.
we
What
can
you
get
did.
a zombie weapon. If it's a weapon, it's useful. Promise. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just going to say about the zombie weapon too. So it's just one of those things. You either get one or you don't. And
Yeah, you do,
usually
yeah.
don't.
It's about 50-50.
And it helps. We'll point it out when we get to it, but it's for later on.
The best one is still Lulu. I always appreciate Lulu.
Yeah.
What are
So
you doing?
actually, I don't know. Lulu's like,
It's just cute.
yeah,
I just like it.
it's so slow though. I have to give
It's
it
so
points for
slow.
that though. Realism.
Realism,
course,
yeah.
Right, it's
But
tempting
it
to
has the
say
swag.
Lulu. You almost had me.
It is the most swag of all weapons.
So swag.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
almost convinced me, but I'm not gonna change my mind.
if it was a Moomba, it would actually be necessary to me.
That's the thing though. I wish we could use Lulu's weapons in the games because they're so cool. Like there's even the
are.
Moomba,
I don't understand. Like,
but it's just painfully
But it's
slow.
so
There's
great.
and does no damage. It's like the most useless little cool thing in the
I
game
know.
almost.
It's like, how do they run? What is
It's like
happening?
it is an Easter egg almost, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. And your knife's very cute as well. Alright, first place we're going to go to is not the first thing on the list, so we can't turbo this. I have seen very good runners do that. Okay. So, this is a bit where you can watch an entire scene if you click the wrong button. Don't do it. I have done it twice in a row.
I must thank you.
So,
So,
well,
well,
This bit. We defeat you, Yevon. And if you don't click that, you have to listen to them contemplate stuff. Also, do not talk to Walker at this point, because he has an emotional moment where he decides that he's not going to be a bigot anymore. And I'm very proud of him, but that will play if you talk to him. So never talk to him. It's irrelevant. Okay, this is going to be some boss fights where there will be enough time to put down some donations, I think.
Wonderful, because we have some coming in for that Mario hype train.
Yay.
We had a $5 donation from Squado saying, "Alright, my favorite Mario character is Yoshi, but I'm only telling you because Satan made me."
Nice.
And we had a $50 donation from Chaos Peach saying, "Oops, was it 5 or 50 train tickets? Princess Peach will take the whole car then. Much love to the runners, hosts, and tech team." We also had $25 from Robert, who says, "5 tickets for the Mario hype train, please." And $25 from Zeta Marge, who says, "Super excited for DDR Mario Mix, less than 3. Obviously, Luigi is the best answer here, so let's give him a little time in the spotlight." And just an update there for the bid war for whether we are dancing as Mario or Luigi. There is only a $3 difference between those two. So, when you put in your donations, try to split some money between that bid war and unlocking that super hard difficulty showcase, and maybe throw a little as well towards that Beat Mania Encore set as well. Let's make all of these things happen, chat.
And in the meantime, I am killing Sin's arms with impulse attacks because it's ranged. So it's all connected to strength as well, so it makes it very easy. And for this bit, right, I have a question. Really quick, do we just go for the zombie weapon? Because I can get it. Then it might be more funny for the end.
I think you guys deserve to see the Lulu weapon, so yeah, do
Yeah.
it.
Let's do
go
it, yeah.
for it.
Let's just get the weapon and see which one it is. Because you are guaranteed a zombie weapon from this fight, I think.
Yeah. Yes. It might
Come on,
also
we
be
wanna
50-50
see it.
again.
It might be 50-50. Let's just do it and see what
Go ahead.
happens. Yay!
So-
Run is
it
looking
takes forever
good.
to die.
It should be fun. It should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like the big fan loss.
So basically, this is like a 5-10. Well, it's pretty lengthy.
It's pretty
little
lengthy
cutscene,
death
but
scene, yeah.
it takes his time to leave.
Go
but
away!
It's
Attacking
basically-
fast as an impulse.
it's just a second
Yeah, it's a second
opportunity
attack.
to get his. It's an opportunity to get a zombie weapon, but also if you have, is it 4 friend spears? I think you also need spears from this, right?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
So sometimes the route will call for you to
It's a
kill the
Yuna.
extra, but
I think that's a Yuna. I'm just going to double check that. Yep. We have a Yuna.
nice. Pretty fast one.
Yeah, that's fast. And not only that, but I feel like it's appropriate for the run to have Yuna do the bonk.
Yeah.
So we're finishing it with a bomb.
We're going to finish it with a bonk, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Also, this game has turned into Airship Running Simulator, just for this little bit. But we're going to go and talk to Yuna about our feelings now. And I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it. But that bit's very emotional. And the
Yeah, you
music's
have to play it to
amazing.
find out what the emotions are. And let me tell you,
Oh,
their emotions are right.
there's so much feelings. And the music's
Yeah.
amazing for that bit as well. I'm really sad I didn't get to hear it.
Yeah, that's the thing with the cutscene remover. Obviously, with the nature of what it's doing, it's kind of messing things up a little bit. So you didn't get to hear all of the songs.
I know. Sad. Lulu's theme's really good as well, but you only get to hear that if you go to your Jumbo. So you do get to do that if you do Nemesis Percent.
Oh yes.
Let's talk about Nemesis Percent. Do you want to spend 20 hours capturing 10 of every monster in this game in one sitting? Well, have I got the run for you?
Yeah, there's obviously with FF games are big, and that when you do the bigger categories, they get bigger.
Yeah.
It's the moral of all FF.
It's huge.
100% or whatever.
So,
They're long,
yeah, they are.
but they're also
RPGs
cool
really love to
routing
make you
wise.
grind.
They do.
Yeah, exactly.
You wonder why we have a cutscene remover. By the way, we got the crit!
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. We got to see them.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, even with the cutscene remover, Nemesis Percent is still 18 hours long. What I'm saying is don't do it.
I think the appeal of those really long runs are the routed. That it's really fun.
Oh.
Like FF Final Fantasy 800% is
Also,
really cool with the routing, and I'm sure Nikki can agree on that.
especially with
Since
the cards and
Nikki's
everything.
the one who's done a lot of it.
I'll be right back.
You both
But
have.
but well, no, I've ran it, but I've never really routed anything. And
Really?
Final
Were you
Fantasy,
just
but-
because I remember like your 100% was one of the first ones that I watched with you. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
that was literally Nikki's route. Really,
Really?
early card
Yeah,
mafia.
I was a person that made So the category was made by someone else, but they didn't know much about the speedrun, and I was the person who applied all the speedrun strats and more onto what was defined as the category. Yeah.
Guys, we are getting speedrunning Final Fantasy history right here. It's fascinating.
That's
isn't
the
it?
thing. I think a lot of people.
If we had 10 hours of FF10, I could give you another 6 hours of Final Fantasy speedrunning history if you so want.
Exactly.
Did you hear that, GDQ? Next time. Content.
I'll be right back.
Chat, if you want more content for Final Fantasy, donate now and let us know.
Thank you. Any donations as well, because this is one of the last bits where we have encounters.
We have a $25 donation from Lucy2005 saying, "Hi all, it's been a fantastic week so far. I'm sad it's almost over, but I'm so glad it happened. Congrats all runners, staff, volunteers, and mods. You all are amazing." Thank you so much for that cute donation.
Thank you.
And we are only $5 away from making it to $2,000 for that super hard difficulty showcase. Chat, if we could get to, now it may be a bit of a stretch, but I would love if we could get to $2,500 out of the $3,500 needed for that DDR showcase before the end of this run. I would love that. That might be a bit of a challenge right now, but I would be so happy. I think Khaegar would be so happy. I think all of us would be so hype if we could make that happen. So let's go. Let's keep that Mario hype train. Keep telling us what your favorite Final Fantasy is. And as well, tell us your opinions in your donations, because we have a conclusion from our Twitter poll. 67.4% of you said that it is pronounced Titus. And chat, if you do not agree, let us know, because I don't know. I think we all disagree here on the screen.
Yeah. No, it's Soph agrees.
If you agree with Soph, let us know.
Yes.
I'm scared of influence the vote.
No, you can't do that.
I did say
can you?
Titus, so we should have been unbiased to see the real result. We'll never know.
We need to be even more biased.
Yes, then we have to embrace
Thank you,
it.
Jaime.
Vote Titus.
Titus.
Get those
Totus.
donations in there, guys.
Totus.
It's definitely
Totus
Totus.
erectus. Okay, here we go.
Tita!
I thank you. So that is at the end of Seymour, I'm afraid. He will never come back ever again. That fight is necessary. The armor break is necessarily for him and Sanctuary Keeper. Oh god.
Some important notes in CSR, the music breaks. This music is a banger.
Yeah, that's such a shame. Like a genuine shame.
It's probably the best one in the game.
Yeah, it is. Best boss music, yeah. Apart from the next one, get your guitars out, guys. You've got about 5 minutes.
That's true. Roll the best song.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're Vodcap who hits it.
Some people just have bad taste, and also that is mine. That makes everyone unique.
I know. You can have bad taste if you want.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Oh, they're all arguing in that as well, which I love. It's a Japanese game, it's Titus. Sorry. Am I being part of it? Am I wrong?
I see. I was genuinely surprised that Titus ended up being the bigger one, because I feel like I'm the only person who says Titus in speedrunning. Like, here we go again.
Like crazy.
But like,
people
obviously, we all just went with Titus as kids or whatever.
Mobile. Sorry. Yeah, we all went with Titus because that's what we said when we were kids until.
That's the
James
thing. They
Arnold
didn't
one.
like. It's the same for the earlier ones as well, because they didn't vocalize the name right, so we never knew.
Yeah.
I'll be right
don't even get started on how to say squall, or should I say squow?
Wow. I will say, like, this is the first game where they had voice acting for Final Fantasy, and it's just really funny to me that everyone argued over the first character you play who has a voice. It's just amazing. Like, no one cared when we didn't know how to pronounce Zidane or Zidane, but everyone cares about Tidus because he speak.
I don't know. I think it's a common thing with FF games. Like,
We all argue about that,
it was like so. It managed to break into markets that it was unknown territory in the games industry for Final Fantasy to succeed. So, you know, all types of kids read it differently, and I think that's why it's really popular.
I think that's really beautiful, yeah. Also, this bit sucks. No! Right, so we're avoiding those things, and we want these things. The
I
fights
think
in
it's
here.
trigger encounters.
Yes.
So, and
Go
even
away.
worse, once you get hit by one, all the others on screen become invisible. So you might just accidentally run into the next one because it didn't actually disappear yet.
This Khaegar's doing excellent at this. Like, it's really hard.
I don't know when I have last seen someone being so optimistic and just running through everywhere.
It's
Like,
like
I
a
believe-
masterclass of
For
egg
many
hunt.
years, I feel like all the people always like stutter step through here.
Yeah. This is how we should all be doing it, I think.
There you go.
Oh,
And go ahead.
excellent. That was really
Nice.
awesome.
Thank you.
And it's hard to do a good egg hunt. It's hard to hold your
Yeah.
nerve.
You have to hold your nerve.
And in a marathon, GG.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate
There
that.
is the notorious story of that one Nemesis run that died by running into an icicle and not having a first strike weapon equipped and then being ambushed and killed.
By an Malboro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who was it?
What?
Who was it?
Sereth.
Yes.
Aw.
That is very sad. This is why he doesn't run anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely the only reason.
Alright, this is the last sphere grid of the entire game, and it's so important that you have all of the speed spheres because, oh lord, if you don't. You need to have all of your speed spheres ready, and you need to have all of your levels. Ideally, you want about 17 levels for this bit. And if you don't have them, you tell them.
This menu, I completely can't remember what we have to do here. Is it just
Our menu was different. I mean, get speed and get spare change.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same thing, yeah. So we don't need any more strength anymore. This is the last fight. Riku has her overdrive. You want Riku to have her overdrive as well, or else you lose. You want to have Yuna in the right position, or else you lose. You want to have everyone in this fight with, when you start this fight, with first strike, or you lose.
Yeah, it's like it's really tight that you
Yeah.
manage to kill it before it kills you, basically. So you've got to meet a certain speed check and a certain strength check as well. And sometimes you'll just be short. And I think with one less agility, you can still kill it. But
You can, yeah. But with
it's
three
really
less,
scary.
It's dicey.
yeah,
So now we rock. It's press X to win. So get your guitars out and pray. Strength check is okay. Whew. I don't know why. I still get nervous about this fight.
it's just the end game. I think in most speed runs, you get scared at the end.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
like,
really
this is the
the last boss essentially.
Yeah.
This is the last scary moment.
Like, once
touch
you've done
wood.
this, it's like a victory lap. I don't have anywhere to fly up.
It should,
Uh-oh.
you know, it's like
Mean
on the
fiend,
other
mean
fights.
fiend.
On the other fights, you actually can't die. It provides you with auto life, so you'll get knocked down and you just come back up and carry on.
Bless it,
Hi.
beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, so the reason why we're happy is because Jack can do one of two moves there. He can do a big swing of his sword, which takes time and is gross. Or he can do Mean Beam, which is slower, amazingly, for him, so we get a turn in. No, actually, it's quicker than the pagodas, so you get to, like, slide in, don't you? Anyway, this bit here is, I think it's encouraging towards giving money to someone. So give your money to these guys. Give it to the Malala Fund, while I give my money to my elves. Also, sorry, chicken. Chicken's dead.
Chicken
Capitalism.
got released.
Sorry.
So in the story now, they're being possessed by you, Gavin, who's like this evil guy.
Summoner.
Yeah, like evil power. I think that's
Yeah.
the best way. Evil power. And so like they're not our friends anymore.
No.
We have to release them and go our own way, like define our own fates without the aid of the summons, which is a very poignant, emotional moment. Like
Yeah, and it
the
never comes
music
up again
solo.
in Final Fantasy 22.
Yeah, actually, they didn't handle that as delicately.
No, not really.
But yeah, it's a really like awesome moment at the end. It builds
This is
up
a
a
lovely
lot.
bit, yeah, it does. Alrighty, so now we're just throwing money at them. If this is not encouraging you to donate money, I don't know what will. Hey.
Chat, we are still only $5 away from that $2,000 mark for that DDR showcase. If you, like Khaegar, want to throw money somewhere to accomplish a great cause, consider Malala Fund and donating through !donate right now.
Yes, please.
Hell yeah.
And then
We
it
just
gets
got-
possessed.
Oh.
You go.
I was gonna say we got $25 right then from Pixel Arrow Bomb that says thank you so much for a wonderful event. This Final Fantasy X run is amazing. Less than 3.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you've all enjoyed it. I hope you have. I've had a great time.
I very much enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me
So,
too. Let's kill Elsa now.
Let's do it.
Let's go! Okay, sorry, Shiva. Elsa, you have to go too. So this route is so perfectly done. Again, we are in awe. This is so perfectly done that we have exactly enough money to kill everyone. It's crazy how optimized this run is. No, we haven't, Anubis. We have never summoned Shiva or Ifrit. This is the first time you see them in the run. Actually, Shiva is the first. This is the first time you see Shiva in the entire run because Ifrit gets summoned by Isaru, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Shiva. Any Shiva fans out there? No, Khaegar does use her quite a lot.
Oh, that's good to know. I think she has a really fast attack rate.
She's used quite extensively with Anima and Wendigo, and she is very fast. Yeah, you could transfer her for Ixion, but Ixion is faster. So bye bye, Barbie. You were loved.
You did great.
You did a good job. Good dog. Okay. Final hit. Yeah, so we're going to change this to the ductile rods. I'm going to change your weapon to whatever. And then we're going to bop. And this is time, so this is the final hit. And that's it. Time.
GG's.
Thank you.
Awesome run. I just want to say that these runs are really hard to do. Like, it's a lot of pressure for 4 hours. Like, you know, it's like a long run, right? And it was awesome. So thank you for inviting.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah.